Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sandhills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. The stool is all back together after one quick day apart. We are back in studio together. Bill, good to have you back.
Good to be back.
Missed you yesterday, but you were with us on the stream.
Just telling Steve a disappointment I have. I bought the Feel Still magazine on like Thursday, and I left it.
Oh, no.
I left it.
You can have that one.
So, yes.
You can have this one today.
Yeah. I was
generous.
I went the permanent ones. I like to read through. I like to read the schedules.
You want this one for today and then bring it tomorrow?
No.
You have 2 Phil Steele.
No.
A lot of Phil Steele.
You don't read that in one night.
No, you don't.
It's not like, I buzzed through and got
It's a long read.
It's a lot.
It's a long read.
I was up all night. I got to Akron.
The zips.
They have
Taking the zips down.
Their in-depth stuff they have in there is it's pretty remarkable.
Oh, it is. It's not light reading. It's not even reading, really. It's. I wouldn't even call it reading. It's not like reading a novel. It's reading It's like reading a lawnmower manual.
It's kind of an update, yes. Or a weed eater, which I've had to get involved with here recently.
What happened?
Nothing. Just having how to reset the string out of it.
String. I had that problem too.
That's a lot. That's
God, I wish
it causes issues.
I'd like to have that problem right now.
But why? You want to have a weed eating problem?
Yeah, because I got problems that extend far beyond the string of a weed eater.
Gotcha.
I'd like to have that problem right now. God bless America. How's it going?
It's going great.
Good. Well, we got a show to do.
We do.
What do we got?
Off the bat, I thought we'd get this.
Jake upbraided me for trying to look.
Well, you try to look into the back. Usually, if it's there, it's a surprise. It's going to be unveiled on the show. You'd like to look in there before the show begins. Is it just wait until Idle Chit Chat starts?
Okay, we're in Idle Chit Chat.
Received a package yesterday in the mail.
Are we sponsored by the way?
Yeah, it's a 738 Ag.
Oh,
Joey.
Got a package from Jane in Wahoo. Simple message says, Jake, Sip, and Bill, enjoy. This is Jane from Wahoo, Ann and Ankeny. We love Early Break.
Wait a second. What now?
Hang on. Jake, Sip, and Bill, enjoy. Jane in Wahoo and Ann in Ankeny sent this package.
Okay, so separate.
Wow. Separate. Yes.
We love Early Break.
Is Ankeny, Iowa?
Yes, by Des Moines. North of Des Moines.
Jake's home state.
Right. I did live there for a while.
Well, what's on the shirt, Jake?
Oh,
we always write.
I'm trying to get on package. The Wahoo Meat Locker here.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah, is the shirt here from Jane and Wahoo and Ann in Ankeny. So pass that down to Bill, please.
Thank you very much. I love the
new shirts here.
Been there numerous times.
I guess they're all the same size. So.
Wahoo.
There we go.
It's right. I consider that to be Main Street is where the locker.
Oh, look at the other side. I didn't even show the other side. Look at the back of this shirt here. There we go. Turn around. This says, "The Wahoo Wiener will rise again." See that?
Well,
okay. It took a turn.
All right, that's good.
This is a Wahoo Meat Locker shirt. So,
yeah, the Wahoo Wiener will rise again. With help.
Now, it wasn't until now.
And there it is.
There it is.
Tipped off.
Well, I mean, it could mean a lot of different things. So thank you to Ann and Ankeny
and Jane in Wahoo for the shirt from the Wahoo Meat Locker.
Right. Those are nice. Always could use a new T-shirt. Especially that color, which I don't have.
Yeah.
You don't have any gray T-shirts?
I don't have a lot of gray T-shirts. The gray T-shirt does not exist much anymore. It used to be the standard.
Thank you.
The T-shirt was a standard gray.
You don't
have. It went away. It's went away. Isn't the one that you wear from Tamara? Isn't that a gray?
But that is a more of a. That's like a, what do you call those? A liner shirt.
Okay.
Where you used to wear under your ball when you played ball.
Correct.
In Pender.
Yes.
Legion ball.
Legion ball.
But it's gray. It is gray though.
Columbus baseball. Happy birthday.
I looked at that cake yesterday in my pictures. God, people don't understand the humor. That's the only thing. I've tried to explain it, but
they don't get it.
Oh, it got me. It really gets me. It's one of your best pieces of work.
Thank you.
Ever.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks for
the big cake that was. That was a huge cake.
It's a big cake.
Happy birthday, Sipple.
I told
Columbus baseball.
I also told Laura, I said, "We'll get the big one." She goes, "I just got the half sheet. What if she'd have got the full cake?" There'd been enough cake for 180 people.
I think
we had like 180 people here.
I think by the time you left, it still had like 3/4 of it left. People were not devouring that. It was very tasty cake.
Oh, yeah. I loved it.
Marble. I think it might be in the fridge still.
Okay, well, I'm heading back there.
Don't hold me to that. It might be. I think it's still in there, but
we'll hold them to it. Yeah, it's marble. Laura did a great job. Laura's an incredible woman.
Joey.
So this is sponsored material.
Yeah, it is 738 Ag. Sponsors Idle Chit Chat. Anything from yesterday for you at all?
All I know. My life is exceedingly boring. Now I do want some level of kudos from you guys because I have not brought up NBA Summer League, and I won't.
You just did.
I almost texted you last night that there's like, I don't know. What are you guys watching NBA Summer League? Because I did. I almost said that as like Portland Trailblazers.
Because Seth probably was watching.
I couldn't imagine watching Summer League after the season is just over.
And were you watching that?
Saw some on TikTok, but but I didn't watch. No, I haven't turned the TV on. No. I've been discussing it with Alex, but no. And I can't believe we're talking about it right now. We don't need.
You did it. You brought it up yourself.
I said I wasn't. I mean, I brought it up in the form of I'm not bringing it up though. So did I bring it up?
Still bringing it up then.
Anyway, what's his name? Ace Bailey.
Yes, from Rutgers.
Big night last night
for Utah.
18 points.
All right,
looked good. TikTok videos were good. Yeah, he might be okay. Bailey might
after
be
one
okay.
game, you're gonna say that? Yeah, it might be all right.
His first game was terrible.
First game was terrible. He's 3 for 13.
Yeah.
So now we got some balance. All right, that's enough. Talk about something.
Anything else for you, Bill? Idle Chit Chat.
I want to follow Ace Bailey closely this year, though. That's one thing I will be doing.
Are you serious or not?
That'll be the number one thing I follow. Number one storyline, probably in the NBA.
I can't tell if he's serious or not.
I had a big day in Wisner yesterday.
Okay.
Coming back from my adventure up north, and I had some places to stop on the way. It took me through Wisner. So two things happened. One, I'm going to stop to get
Wisner.
A lot of things happened. Stop to get a soda, a Diet Coke, no styrofoam. So did you leave? I was out.
Now what?
So I'm out. But prior to that, right when I pulled up, there's a girl, and I'm going to say probably in maybe young 20s like that, in a dress, down on her knees on the concrete, trying to put air in her tire. And she had her own little personal,
nice.
And I'm like, hang on, what do we got going on here? So I went over, got the air in her tire, and I said that, and I had to show her too, because she was trying to figure out what her air pressure was. And I said, well, I go, actually, it tells you right here. So I showed her how to do that. So I got done, got the air in the tire. She goes, want to check the other ones too? So check the other tires out. Got the other,
were they? Were they?
They were good. We're fine.
In the early 30s.
Well, that's where we had a little bit of an issue. I said right away, because I go, how much you got? We think you have in there right now? She goes, well, my other tires are all at 40. I go, what? Hang on a second. I go, you're too high.
Yeah.
I said, that's too high of a number. He said, you don't want to be operating at 40. So I kind of talked her through that. Now, I did not go around and take air out of tires.
Could do that.
Did not do that. So I got them all kind of balanced out right at the 38.
Wow. 38.
And that's a little high yet, too.
Yeah,
the 36 is about where you should be at. But anyway, I felt she was safe. Did that. But then as I'm departing there, on the left, there was a Dairy King.
In Wisner?
In Wisner,
Dairy King.
on the main street right there. And so just a little mom and pops. And I remember this from when we used to go there when I used to play. We played baseball there against Wisner. So I remember going there in the 70s, and it was the same. Guess what it looked like? The exact same as it was in 1970 walking in, or 70s walking in there.
I had to feel good.
Oh, it was a feel good moment.
I feel good.
You know, and then
I wasn't even there.
It was incredible. So had a little snack there.
What'd you have?
At that, had a little ice cream, little vanilla ice cream with some chocolate syrup.
Oh, dish.
Yeah. Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it was kind of comforting to my stomach. My stomach was a little awry.
Ooh, we both got stomach problems.
So a little awry.
The parallel lives, even God.
So that was it. But if you get a chance to stop at Wisner at the Dairy King on the north side of town, it'll change your life.
This leads into somewhat of an interesting discussion. Trix still gets diagnostics on my truck, and And she said, "Hey, do you know 3 of your tires are like 31 and one's 42?" The fact that she still gets diagnostic on my truck freaks me out, by the way. But I got to let some air out of the right back. But I don't think it's dangerous, is it?
The 41 would be more dangerous than the 31.
Agreed.
Well, yeah, I'm keeping the 31s in the 31 range. You got to let air out. I don't know.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
Is the truck riding okay?
It rides great.
Any alignment issues at all?
Not that
Is it pulling a certain way?
I would also say in Wisner that there's like a truck stop there. I can remember the name of it. Like that. I can see it right there. It's on the west side of town. And it's the most incredible free air I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
I mean, it wasn't the one we had to put a quarter in, wait for the thing. No.
Just free
It was
air.
ready to roll. And it had the retractable cord, but it was a big one. And then and then right on it, it had when you got done putting air in and you let it out, it went right and it gave you the pressure. And so it had an air pressure one built on it.
I need to go to Wisner today.
So Wisner,
make the drive.
So if you get a chance to go to Wisner, just whip in there. Hey guys, the air is attached to the car wash, so you want to stop in there. I'd stop in there no matter what, and also hit Dairy King. So if you get a chance to vacation Wisner at all today, give it a shot.
Are you saying that like a chocolate sundae is good for your stomach?
I don't know, but it felt good for me because my stomach was arrived. It was the first thing I'd had to dine on all day, and that was
starved.
Now it was about 2:00 in the afternoon.
That was the first thing.
First thing I had.
You're rambling around.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
You're rambling.
I was rambling. I was moving. I'd already been to Wayne. I'd already been to
tour of Northeast Nebraska.
I'd already been to Pierce. I'd already been to Plainview.
Not even time to eat.
No.
So a Sunday at 2:00.
Laura, it was diet ice cream.
I think she's got to be okay if it was your first food of the day, Bill. At 2:00. I mean, come on. The man needs some nourishment. Needs some calories here.
That's sounds good.
So that's my idle chit chat.
Well, come on. What Jake? What?
Well, I just have
Jake's got
one last thing. My golf game's in shambles. It's just awful.
Your whole life's in shambles.
Yeah, the neighborhood hates me. Golf game's in shambles. I mean, this July is going really well so far for me.
What happened, Jake? Walk us through every whole club by club.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Hey, me and AJ had a rough go last night. Not upset. We both sucked last night. Wow. It's just not very fun when you play
a nice
bad.
Night,
I know it was nice. It was very low wind. It was nice temperature.
Here it is.
Here it is. Read the text.
Here it is.
We got this at what time? What time was it?
9:02.
9:02.
I had just gotten home at this point, I think.
Golf game in complete shambles. Don't know who I am anymore. Losing it.
Yeah, I was pretty depressed when I got home last night.
And then the whole neighborhood thing.
Yeah.
And he said Big Funk.
Big Funk. Yeah.
That's his new
Which
name.
Is my new nickname is Big Funk.
Now we have Big Swim and we have Big Funk.
Big Funk.
Big Funk.
You're just not that big, so it's not the greatest nickname. You're not that. If you were a bigger dude, Big Funk would be great.
Slight Funk. He's not.
Okay.
Jake,
You're not small.
I was thinking about this after I read this last night. Do we have a situation? Do we have a block party at Jake's house? We get a tub of beer, a big tub, iced down beers and hot dogs.
To calm the waters?
To have people stop by.
Come on over, everybody.
Stop over and just meet Jake and just kind of
a goodwill tour.
A goodwill tour. Go down and have those where he parked his car for 3 days. And
I got to get Dave over there for sure. Dave has to come over.
Goodwill.
Yeah.
Neighbor Jim's got to come over. Neighbor Jim's got to come over.
Jim liked you, and then,
then
you
I
snapped at him.
I like Jim,
and you snapped at him about when you tried to talk to him.
It was 9:05. I was trying to finish the yard. I was not mad. I had to finish the yard, and Jim is welcome to come over to the house anytime he wants to. I'd love to talk with Jim again. And a party would be a great way for that.
I think that'd be nice.
A tub of beers.
It's a tub of beer and hot dogs.
A block party.
We
get a band.
Yes.
What if we came with the Rumbles?
the Rumbles. It's going to be a party.
At Jake's house. Rumbles are coming.
I don't know if they're playing.
They're coming over.
Could get a band though.
They're all in their 80s.
So
we could get a band.
Trying to find the golf games is awful.
What happened?
What happened?
What's going on? Are you topping the ball?
We're topping the ball again.
I've had some tops in recent rounds. Not yet. Not last night, but yeah.
Okay.
Are we pushing it?
A weak push, yeah. Not getting through the ball. I can't get my
hips. Your hips.
Everything's out of whack right now.
Yeah.
I have a very quick, short swing, and it's usually on. And the timing has been off for about a month now. It's pissing me off.
Oh God,
it bothers me.
Yeah, I can see.
Makes it not very fun to play golf when everything's off.
I don't want to see you hit grounders.
You'd see some right now.
Oh, that would bother me. It would be like seeing, I don't know. there's just certain things in this world you don't.
Now,
wanna
when
see.
Bill saw me at Niobrara, I had just didn't see my drive. I had a really, really good drive there, so he didn't see that. But otherwise, ever since that drive, it's been downhill, all downhill.
Grounders,
Not grounders, just weak pushes.
weak pushes.
And maybe a duck hook here and there, and it's not fun.
Oh,
It's bad. Going
Missing
both
the
ways,
fairway?
not hitting it very far. The timing's off, and it's really
You need to get back to
bothering me.
the range.
back to the range.
Get back to
I've
the
not been on a
range.
driving range for quite some time, so
Maybe
I could
that's
do
it.
that. I could do that
that's it.
to
Go
the
out,
range.
Go out to that place on 80. What is it out by my house?
Mahoney?
The range always has a lot of people. Always.
It's a big range. So
That's a nice
that's my
area.
dilemma.
It's a nice area.
What?
of town.
What do you suggest?
Mahoney's
Yeah, very high end. Yes.
Mahoney's solid.
Yes.
up there. Come on, it's good. It's a good area.
When I played
now you have to dig yourself out of
when I played Mahoney as a
Young Bill.
young man, yes, I was usually at Hidden Valley most of the time. Yeah.
Hidden Valley was right over there, wasn't
No,
it?
Hidden Valley was not right
Hidden
over
Valley's
there.
down southeast.
Yeah,
Lincoln.
southeast with that, but that was my normal. So if I had and it's like, well, that was like going to the country club, going to Mahoney.
Oh,
that was
I
a
see.
big deal.
All
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's a
dug
big
yourself
deal.
out of that one.
Yeah.
Was there a golf course over by Mahoney?
Yes, North
Yeah,
40.
North 40.
40.
Now it's all houses now, right?
It was
Or
a par. I
development.
think it's a par 3 golf course, right? North 40 was.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
got
know.
torn down. Now it's just all development.
This is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by.
738A.
738.
If you need seed chemicals, fertilizer, or someone to run the sprayer for you, 738 Ag runs the whole show. Custom application included. They don't guess. They game plan using soil tests, yield maps, and field data. They help farmers call the right shots for their ground. Learn more at 738ag.com. Joey Robinson and the team in Bertrand.
Joey, please text in and give us some numbers, what you had rain-wise. We got crushed here in Lincoln. We had was it 2 a.m. when the downpour hit?
Yeah, I heard.
It was a
I heard
downpour.
a storm.
Could we get across the state? Could we get some numbers? I'd like to see
What
some
did
numbers.
Greg have for his numbers?
What did Missing Tooth Greg have?
No, can't do that.
Yeah.
We're just
He's-
curious.
he's-
We're curious.
no.
We want to know what his rain gauge
Yeah,
Well,
is.
there was some malfunction. So
In the rain gauge?
yeah,
How does a rain gauge
How you have a
malfunction?
malfunction?
Did it tip
Did you
over?
not
in the
empty
process,
it, or what's
there's malfunction in the process. He would have to. He listens, so he'll weigh in.
like to know what
Um,
that is. Like to know what our numbers were here in Lincoln. I normally don't have Lincoln listeners, but if there's anyone close to Lincoln on the outskirts of town,
You see him out
they
of
could
town.
let
We
us
have a
know.
couple.
because it rained. We had like 2 downpours, but the main one that I heard was I got up and went outside.
What time?
2 a.m. 2 a.m. It was about
Sugar got you
1:56
up?
exactly.
Sugar?
What's that? No, I had to give her the old stand down. I go, we got a storm out there. But when I did, I went outside and stood on the little
Stand down.
and I turned around and there she was with her ball, looking at me like going, "Let's go, let's go. Throw it out there. I'll give it a run." I go, "Nope, it's 2 a.m.
God
and
bless
it's
you.
And
raining."
sweat out.
I had that moment. I thought about you on. Was it I think it was the night before the 4th. No, it was the 4th. It was after the 4th. Bullet is he's an incredibly smart dog. He really is. He waited till the fireworks were done and woke me up
Yeah,
to go outside.
outside.
But he waited till it was
Okay.
silent, and then got me up at 2:30.
Mm.
So he doesn't do that like Sugar does. But I thought about it. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just standing around out here in the yard like Bill.
Pretty consistent
I
numbers
wanted
here.
to put an orange shirt on.
Consistent numbers coming
Show
up the
numbers?
text line. No, in terms of rain
What?
numbers.
What?
I'm seeing anywhere
down?
from Crete to 27th and Van Dorn to Eagle to East
Yeah.
Lincoln about 0.7 inches. So about 3/4 of an inch last night.
I would have guessed an inch. I would have guessed that the way because it was coming down.
What time do you think it
She said
started
2
raining?
a.m. He
But
says.
2 a.m. when I heard there was
That's
a
when
lot
it
of,
started?
but I heard thunder earlier and then
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
rain after.
I
So
heard the thunder.
So I
saw
thought maybe
lightning.
I thought we had different. That's still a good day though. Still a good day. Over half an inch. That's a lot of rain.
I think we get some today. I'll do it.
Yeah. Talk to Greg.
Ask Greg and see what his update is. He's our meteorologist for the show.
I had
Come
looked
on.
yesterday.
There's a
but
chance today.
It's only 67 right now, by the way, which is a what would you call that?
Okay, Joey
Reprieve.
last night had 0.
No
Okay,
rain,
but
Joey.
no rain in Bertrand.
but here's the deal. They had 3.65 Friday through Sunday.
Jeez.
So they're probably somewhat happy. Joey, chime in on that. I know you're out there
Whoa.
running a sprayer today, but if you could chime in on that and let us know, are you pleased you didn't get any rain? Because sometimes you can get a little bit too much. You never want to turn it down, but it's like, we got things to do.
God, Joey chimed in.
Yeah, Joey chimed
Joey
in. Yeah, he listens to the show. I wonder
Good morning,
what
Joey.
would make him listen to the show. What would do that?
Why would he do
Number
that?
19, the Pride of Bertrand.
God damn.
They have Joey Robeson Day.
I love the Joey Robeson deal because it brings back good memories. Good memories.
I'm seeing Neely and Brunswick 4 to 5 inches of rain. I don't know if that was last night or if that was just in the
Neely
same
to
storm as
Brunswick. So
Bertrand.
that's Creighton. That's Creighton.
That is.
Oh, they did get a bunch of rain last night. Yes.
Brunswick from Creighton is probably 6 miles.
Oh,
Okay,
God,
well,
really?
Yeah.
A lot of rain.
Okay,
outside.
now I know that area a little bit. That's where Shindy is.
Yeah. And you've met him, just so you know. Let's go over that again too.
You've shook his hand a couple times.
I remember the second time at Bill's surprise birthday party. Me and Shindy, we had not a lengthy conversation, but we
Did you lock eyes across the room?
No, we talked.
Okay.
We conversed.
Yeah.
We conversed.
Yes.
I was freaky.
Yeah.
It was like talking to I don't know. It was weird. It's like talking to a famous coach or something. I was kind of intimidated.
Wasn't a Mel Maines though situation. Mel was a little
Not
different.
that far away. I mean,
just slightly under meeting Mel Maines.
I was a youth then. I'm an adult now, so
That might be maybe good for idle chit chat, not idle chit chat, but for the roll call. Who has talked to Mel Maines? Because I've talked to him.
Not many people have, probably.
You've conversed with Mel
I
Maines.
served him at Manhattan.
I know you served
Yeah.
him, but I didn't know you conversed with him.
Well, it wasn't really deep, but I
How'd the news go tonight?
something like that.
What do you ask?
How's the show?
It's a great show tonight.
Think about all the
So
stuff.
you talked to Kevin Suits.
That's true. Yeah,
Think
that's
about all
that's
this
a pretty
stuff
big
that-
deal. Also,
all the stuff that happens in your youth. And I have a clear memory of him right down the street
Right,
in a
you just,
trench coat.
You just got done boxing.
Yeah, on a Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
And there he was. And I just lost, by the way. And it was a bad loss because the kid was like, I had him. He was down, like he was almost down, and I just hesitated. I should have put him out. But anyway, everybody's really mad at me. But the Mel Maines thing made the day. I was like, whoa.
You weren't working the body very hard. You weren't body punching.
No, the kid was like bent over, and all I had to do is hit him one time. I kind of pulled back, and then I lost. Anyway, the
did you ever get a rematch with him?
No, yeah, I think I did. I lost again. He was a kid from Chapman, a real tall kid, like Jake.
If there's a
kinda reminds
kid
me
from
of Jake.
Chapman who fought Sipple, please text
if
in.
you're still
We'd
out
like
there
to talk
listening,
to
Bobby
you.
would remember.
who were you?
But anyway, Mel Maines was outside of. I think it was Woolworths was down.
Yes,
Was
Woolworths was down. Yes,
he was coming out of Woolworths.
He
He was regal. He was taller than you'd think and tanner than you would think. There must be some kind of tanning thing at 10-11 because Shimmick's tan.
Yes, very
Suits.
tan.
Suits is pretty tan.
Suits, come to think of it,
Suits is tan.
Shimmick's very
Shimmick,
tan.
way more tan.
He's so tan.
No, there has to be maybe a tanning bed in.
He's
Yes.
might sleep in one.
I don't know. Anyway,
By the way, on YouTube, before we move on, Nels in Montana says, well, Bill was up at 2 a.m. with Sugar looking at the rain. At 2 a.m., I had a 2.5-year-old grizzly trying to rip our trash bin off of our porch last night in Montana.
no.
Okay.
Can you imagine this whenever you put your trash out? What's in the trash?
Oh.
Why do you need to know? Because there might be a grizzly bear that rips their trash can off. If we leave some sort of food or whatever scraps in there that could cause an issue. Yeah.
Whoa, Nels?
Nels in Montana. Grizzly bear on the porch last night.
That
You
would
don't
get
wanna-
me.
yeah,
That would
You don't
concern
want
me.
to walk out and see a grizzly
No.
bear.
No, you don't.
Wow, Nels. I wonder if
But he's laughing through. He says most of the time they're black bears, but these young grizzlies are lazy trash bandits for sure.
lazy trash bin.
What he just said about the bears of Montana.
That's why I was concerned with
The
the grizzly.
grizzlies are lazy.
I could imagine that because I didn't think there's grizzlies right there. I knew there'd be black bears there. I didn't know there'd be grizzlies. Thank you.
What an amazing distinction you just made. How would you know that?
What's that?
I didn't know there'd be grizzlies. I thought there'd be black bears.
Well, there's a
It's like National Geographic
Yeah,
editors sitting right
Bill
next to me.
knows a lot of things here.
true. Nels commented on the uniqueness of the grizzly.
You're right.
Yes.
Wow. You know more than you let on.
You'd be surprised what I don't.
That's
No,
a factoid
I'd be
there,
surprised
Bill.
what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mean it like that.
And you wonder why I talk about your hair sometimes.
You did make a comment.
I
about
don't
my
remember that, but
receding hairline. Is it even receding or am I just bald? We have to have a come to Jesus on this.
It's kind of both.
Yeah,
a
it's a combination.
It's a combination.
Okay.
You have the
But you
receding.
still have hair, though.
You kind of have, you have plenty of hair. Right now, if you'd have told me, I think my hair is thinning, I'd have said, no, I don't think it is.
It looks fun.
Can't
You're
tell if
getting it
joking
cut
or
all
not.
the time.
You're kidding me today with the Bailey thing and now this.
You get haircuts like 3 times a month.
I get them a lot.
So you still have hair to cut.
Oh, Red at Ruhlman's asked me if I cut my own hair.
So let's get upset with Red.
Yeah, why you get mad at Bill?
He wasn't joking around. He goes, "You cut your own? Did you cut your own?" I go, "No, I go to a barber." He goes, "Well, I have friends who cut their own. They're balding." I'm like, "Oh,
taking
thanks."
shots.
Yeah, so that was a major.
Anything with
setback.
sports today?
Yes, 402-464-5685. Call or text as always. There was quite a bit of
626.
things written about Nebraska yesterday across the landscape. CBS Sports had an article about Dana Holgerson and Dylan Raiola.
I saw that.
There's a lot of Dylan stuff, but I didn't realize that last year Nebraska had just 10 pass plays result in 30-plus yard gains, which is 124th in the country last season. 10 pass plays of 30-plus yards. That's it on the season for Nebraska football. We knew the offense had issues, but did we know how bad it was the majority of last year?
I was
To
at
that
every
extent.
game.
If you were
That
there.
extent.
Yeah, I knew how bad it was. I mean, think about that. Some of those games. I mean, think about Indiana couldn't move the ball. Then against Ohio State, how frustrating that was. You were in the game, and then you get the ball on the last possession. And I think if you're like, you guys are probably like me, you're like, I ain't going down the field on Ohio State with this offense. Try to throw a couple screens, and you were standing there going, just whatever you do, Satterfield, don't throw those damn screens. So you threw like 2 or 3.
He did. He sure did.
No, they didn't have, and then they didn't beat man coverage very well, so they weren't winning down the field. They didn't have guys that would win down the field very often. And if Naor won, sometimes you just drop it, right? Right?
It happened against Iowa.
Yeah, or he didn't win the 50-50 balls. So there's a lot going on there. There was a lot going on besides Dylan. I always go back to that. When you see a stat like that, you go, "Oh, Dylan's really struggling." Well, it's not just Dylan. There's a lot that goes into those conversations. Plus, it's hard to complete balls downfield.
Huskers just had.
What'd you see?
Go ahead.
Well, here's what I always say. Early in the year, the numbers aren't the numbers. At the end of the year, the numbers are the numbers. So it's like, no, there's no other way around it. And I would say this, when you look at all this and say, Sip nailed it with it. It's never just one. It was just the receivers. It was just the quarterback. It was just the O-line. No, there's everyone's involved in that. But also with those stats, when someone says, this is what always drives me nuts on stats, and someone says, well, yeah, but if we'd have caught this one or they'd have done this or this would have happened. Well, if every team gets the same luxury,
I'm like you
then
on
you're
that.
right back to the same spot.
Right.
Because every team also has
You do
this,
that,
you go through. Talk to Iowa. If we just would have caught this ball, this would have done this, would have been way different. Right. Now, when the season's over, the numbers are what they are. There's no way to really get around them. So if it wasn't 124th, that's what it is.
There's a lot that goes into the conversation, Jake, including play calling, and not even just play calling, just structure of the offense. There's a lot. But there's one thing about Dylan that I think I don't know. Remember what I say when I say it, but he's a little casual, and I hope casual. What do I mean? Casual in his drop back, kind of a little casual with the ball sometimes. I just like to see him almost be a little more skittish, a little more like, oh God, this is real. He's very, he's a bigger kid. He understands the offense at a high level. I think he's really confident. I almost wish I just wish he'd be less casual. Just show a little more urgency on every play. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, he never seems rattled back there.
Right. I'd almost like to see him rattled a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, and maybe you'll see that this year. He doesn't get rattled. I'd almost like to see him get rattled.
Last year, Nebraska just 5.29 yards per play. They were 103rd in scoring offense at 23.5 per game and 94th in total offense at 359 yards per game. So, the question is going to be, number one, with a combination of Dana Holgerson here for the whole year, plus Dane Key, Ja'Cory Barney, the different pieces in offense. Is Nebraska's skill set better than it was last season? Do we feel that way entering this season.
I mean,
Jamal Banks is gone. Nayor's gone.
I'm not going to sign
Padone's
off on
gone.
it. I'm not going to sign off because Bill will remember. You remember? I was saying, oh, they got Banks and Nayor.
Yeah, last year at this time, the hype was big.
Yeah, so I'm
Hype
not going
was
to do
big.
that. I'm not going to do it. We'll see. I think they got guys that can. I don't know. I know I get fixated on things, but they got to be man coverage. That's one thing. And I think they went out and got some guys that can. Don't forget Carter Nelson in that conversation. I would think Carter Nelson could be big in this discussion.
We have
I don't
a health
know.
update on him.
Well, I think he's all right. I mean, I think he's fine. I haven't heard anything otherwise. So I think they have some guys like you wonder, like, can Heinrich get up and down?
There it is.
Oh, God.
Arbery.
All right, I'll go away from that.
Bill Smile.
They said the first thing.
You just had to do it.
First
You
thing
had
you just
to.
had to do that.
I just see him running down the scene, the big horse.
Like I said, I have full faith in Harburg, and I think he's got a chance to be tremendous. It's just that
what
you've based the entire team off of
You really
him
have.
going up the scene.
yeah, based the entire team. But
Don't you like that picture of the big man going down the
a
scene?
lot of times it was talked about because of the multiplicity. It's always like, oh, this guy can play quarterback, he can come in and play wildcat, come in and can do this. Now I would expect things to be even better for him now that he's at a position. Because I don't think that's really coming into a play at all. Is there any discussion of he's going to occasionally go back and play wildcat?
I don't think so.
I don't think that's in the discussion.
I don't
anymore.
think so.
And so having being at one position, I agree would be very good.
You know, the thing that they've done, I don't mind bringing it up because I'm hearing it. I think Mosey's going to play running back, which
I thought that was confirmed. I thought you had that confirmed.
I kind of wrote it like it's confirmed. I
Confirmed.
wouldn't say it's 100% confirmed because I haven't heard it. You haven't heard it publicly from any coaches. Yeah, and it makes me wonder about that whole. I think it suggests that they feel very good about the receivers room. I wonder what that means about the running backs room.
Generally, especially at that age, when I would talk to someone in their youth, which means he's been here, not very long. If you're getting moved, that's always a great thing, because you only move somebody to go play. You don't move them just because the one thing you never do is you move a player to just be like, hey, listen, this guy cannot play for us. How about if I send him over to you as a position coach? You're like, no. I don't want that. That's not that. They moved him to play. So anytime someone gets moved, or someone will say, anyway, they want to move me to defense, I'd be like, do it right now, because that means they want you to try to play.
I hope that those guys behind Emmett are of the mind, hey, we're coming for your job. You're not necessarily number one. I hope that I think Mosey's like that. I hope you don't think you just have this number one job, because we're coming for it. Right? I mean, I hope to God that's what those guys are thinking.
For a long, long time, going back into the 80s, probably about, like I said, literally probably back into the 80s, 70s, it was a Wally Pipp type thing, where it's like,
yes,
if you got hurt, you may not come back in. You may not get your spot back. And it was always obviously the rule was, if you lost your job by injury, you were able to get that back.
That was always.
But I'm just telling you, if someone it's easy to say that till all of a sudden the next guy comes in and he's killing it, and then you're just say, oh yeah, we're back here. And also, I'm just telling you, back in for there's probably a 30-year run in Nebraska. Whereas, if you got injured, literally, there's a chance you might go from 1 to 4, because the next guy coming in, it was incredible.
Going back to John O'Leary and Tony Davis.
Yeah. Whoever, you didn't want to miss.
No,
don't miss a rep. Don't miss a rep. Don't do it.
No, no, you're right. I can't remember. I mean, the obvious ones. It got to be a glut when it was. Help me out. Damon Benning was the third string, and Clinton Childs was fourth.
Yeah.
And who would have been number one? Was it Calvin Jones at that point? Maybe.
No,
it was Lawrence.
Lawrence Phillips
would have
been
one. Yeah, Lawrence came in and won. And Childs and Benning were great running backs that couldn't get on the field very often. And there's another guy in there that text line can help us out. There's another guy in there we're missing, by the way. But Jake, it was better times at running back. It was. I mean, it wasn't even.
So if you
I tell people all the time, it wasn't even close. I mean, they're not even close to where they were. I mean, it's not close. Corell Buckhalter is like Adrian Peterson compared to what they got right now. All right. Corell.
He was good.
Really good. Like 6 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, there was a time, when, like I said, when it was just, and people go back and they're going, well, how good were they? You don't even say their names very much. Before his passing, you didn't say Calvin a lot. Unbelievable running back. You didn't talk about Leotis Flowers a lot. Unbelievable running back. Derek Brown. You didn't talk about Derek Brown a lot. Another unbelievable running back.
King Clark.
Well, there's just went on and on and on.
Those are great running backs.
Chase Sims, by the way.
Chase Sims.
That's
There you
what
go.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Chase
Sims. Oh. Don't get me started. But no, you're right. You forget about some of the guys that were really like Rick Burns.
Rick Burns, war number 35, slasher.
Parallel lives.
Just unbelievable. Just downhill.
You knew Burns off the top of your head. Burns was good. Tough.
Wore a tearaway jersey.
Yes,
That was better time.
better time.
So did Jarvis Redwine.
Oh, God, better
So
time.
I am hip.
Red wine.
Oh, just imagine all of a sudden Jake was like, well, what are we going to do like that? Hey, Rozier's out. Who's going to come in? I don't know. They're putting that Roger Craig guy in.
Right.
So
I don't know what he's got.
let's see what he's got. They're the same backfield. Imagine going in the room.
Good
It's
God.
not fair.
Oh.
When we come back, at the end of an era at Oklahoma, we'll tell you what happened next in the early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
An award-winning softball season deserves a celebration. Don't miss your chance to congratulate Jordy Ball in person. Join the team at Midwest Bank for a special meet and greet on July 16th at their Jamie Lane location as they recognize her incredible achievements. Bring your friends, your team spirit, and your favorite gear for Jordy to sign, and it all kicks off at 4 p.m. They can't wait to see you there. Get all the details at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
In today's digital world, technology works great until it doesn't. At Hamilton, we work to keep your business up and running. We are more than an IT company. We're your partner, focused on customized solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Say goodbye to tech stress and unexpected IT costs when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms this morning. Otherwise, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and a high near 87. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, a low around 66. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and a high near 91. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their chicken fingers always fill my tank. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. One love.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're looking ahead to tomorrow for a lunch or dinner option, Ruhlman's Steakhouse in Ashland is a great place to stop by. They're not open today, so you can't go today.
Don't go today.
Yeah, if you go in today, the doors will be locked, lights will be off. Don't go. But Wednesday through Sunday, you can go dine for lunch or dinner at Ruhlman's Steakhouse in Ashland. You were just there 3 times last week or twice last week?
Twice
last week.
I'm going this week.
You had the sirloin, and you had something else on Sunday.
I had the sirloin.
You had crab rice, you said, though?
Yes, the crab rice was the highlight, I'd say. I'll be getting the crab rice.
And the cookie skillet, of course. You had the skillet.
And you shared it with Red. Super awkward.
Who ate more? Who ate more? You or him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I
Did you have a hold of the spoon
yes,
like with the death grip? It's one of my favorite things.
Did
to see
he comment on the way you held the spoon?
People have commented on that since I was a boy. So, and I need to change.
You're not going to
like
change.
this?
There's no chance that you change the way you hold it.
Just I'll get a spoon. I'll show you.
Okay. Red, Red enjoyed the meal thoroughly, as did I. I went. I did get crab rice, and I got the asparagus instead of the broccolini. And the asparagus, whatever it is, whatever they do, it's really good. It's caramelized, and then there's some sort of drizzle on it that's really good. You see what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
No.
They do it well at Ruhlman's.
Oh,
in between
God,
Lincoln
good.
and Omaha and Ashland, just off of Highway 6, the south side of Highway 6.
I did get sirloin. It was really good. The sirloin's incredible. In fact, I lay awake thinking about it. I don't mind saying I'll be back there this week at some point. Right later.
It's like our home away from home.
Sort of.
Ruhlman's Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we got some news that Joe Castiglione, the longtime AD at Oklahoma, is going to be retiring this year from the Sooners. He's been there since 1998. He was part of
98
the revival of the program with Bob Stoops rejuvenating the program back in the late 90s. And ever since then, they've been one of the more consistent football programs in the country since he's been the AD there. Of course, the last couple of years have not been exactly what they wanted, but besides that, they have been right there with Alabama in terms of consistency in football. Maybe not as high as Bama, but still almost year in, year out, a contender, a top 10 team, it feels like, with Oklahoma. Since he's been there, it feels like.
He When you
28 years.
Yeah.
Since 1998.
Remember before that, he was Missouri's AD. So he's been in our midst since 93. He was Missouri's AD starting in 93. I think you'd have to say his greatest achievement is hiring Bob Stoops.
Which was an incredible achievement, which was following up on that. I don't want to get too far off the rails, but the whole Stoops story, which I didn't understand what was going on at that time, that it was a struggle and a battle on which job that Stoops would take.
Oklahoma or
Iowa was open at the same time.
Ooh,
right before Ferentz, yeah,
where he played at. His dad is buried in a 41 jersey. They all wore the same number at Iowa.
Bob was a great safety.
And safety. So there was a lot of what job was he going to take? And so could you imagine what happens if he takes the Iowa job? What happens there? What happens at Oklahoma? Who knows? But still, for Oklahoma getting that done, he has to go down as one of the best ADs ever.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, he's in the
longevity
conversation. When you start talking about best ADs ever, he for sure is in the conversation.
The only reason I hesitated, God, you're going to kill me, but I'm not convinced Oklahoma was well equipped to go into the SEC.
I don't know. Like I said, a shade off, but I don't know. Was their softball team ready to go in?
Yep.
Yeah,
it was.
They'd won like 8 national championships.
Yeah, their minor sports have been really strong, and football has been strong. I mean, I think he hired Lincoln Riley.
They've been in the playoffs numerous times.
Yeah.
So yes. So were they? If you have to say, it's easy to say in hindsight that Texas was better. Prior to that, Texas was horrible.
Right.
They were horrible.
They got good.
They were bad in the Big 12. They were non-factors. Kansas went down there and beat them.
Right.
Lance's first year.
As a reminder for what Bob Stoops achieved, again, hired by Joe Castiglione, he had 18 winning seasons, 10 Big 12 championships.
That's what people forget.
And 11 top 10 finishes. Bob Stoops at Oklahoma. Joe Castiglione, and when he retired, Lincoln Riley gets hired, and he won 4 straight Big 12 titles.
Oh, Lincoln Riley. He hired Lincoln Riley too.
So he hired Riley, and Riley won 4 straight Big 10 titles from 2017
So during
to 2020.
his time as the AD, they won. Is it
That's 14.
16 or 14?
14 Big 12 titles.
14
and 26
Come on.
and 26 national titles.
So just think about this. During that time, we talk about like Nebraska, Oklahoma. Nebraska had 0. Oklahoma had 14.
In his time, they won 26 national titles and 117 conference championships across all sports. So, yeah, I mean, he had an incredible run at Oklahoma. Yeah, probably one of the best ever. Also hired Lon Kruger, by the way.
Took him to a Final Four.
100. God, you remember that.
Final
2016.
Yes.
2006. They had 2 national players of the year at Oklahoma.
He probably sat and broke bread several times with Toby Keith.
I imagine.
I would imagine. Probably in the dozens of times.
I wonder if they live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That'd be
the ultimate cul-de-sac.
That'd be awesome.
Imagine, well, who's next to you? Well, I'm in between Toby Keith and the AD at Oklahoma.
And Gundy's right.
And Gundy's nearby too.
Would Gundy be there? Yeah, he
well,
could be there.
He could, but he lives in Stillwater. So I don't know if they
it's a second home, Bill.
You think
second
Gundy
home.
lives in Norman?
He's got a second home.
I don't think he lives in Norman. I don't think.
I don't know. No.
Yeah.
I'd still like to have Gundy as a neighbor.
But
yes, I agree with that. I just don't know if they're going to do it at the same place. Maybe they have a lake house somewhere. Maybe there's a Sandy Point out there somewhere. They have a little
more
lake
like
house.
it.
Castiglione.
Since 1998. That is a long 1998. A long
Also,
tenure
was
as AD.
well noted today when I was driving in of what a hit show it was when he took over. It was a mess. One of the former players had texted in and just said
John Blake.
It just said they said it was so bad. So he changed everything. They were a absolute mess.
Oh, they
imagine the football what they went through.
Oh, I
Schnellenberger
remember.
and
Gibbs and Blake. Oh, I remember it vividly. I remember it vividly because we used to get to Daily Oklahoma and for some reason at the Journal-Star. And yeah, it was Gibbs wasn't terrible, by the way.
Wasn't terrible, no.
But well, Blake, R.I.P. John Blake. He's one of the best recruiters ever, probably.
Yeah.
But the head
didn't
coach
go well as a head coach.
No, it didn't go well as a head coach. And that's what Castiglione walked into and then hired Bob Stoops. And any AD, I always say you're judged. You're not judged. You're judged on who you hire as a football coach.
John Blake in Oklahoma, 3-8 the first year, 4-8 in '97, and 5-6 in '98 before Bob Stoops took over. 12-22.
It's actually a little better than I thought it was.
12-22.
No, not
I was
great.
listening this morning to a show. It was Dusty Dvorak, and he's talked about that they have a weekend they call Bob's Boys, and it's all those who played for Stoops, and they have a weekend where they all get together.
Whoa!
So you had to
Think about it.
You had to fall into the window, meaning that you were either like a senior when he came in, or all the way, or maybe a freshman his last year.
Who is that?
So that window of people would be huge. Can you imagine
Give me some names.
of getting together through that?
AP?
Well,
AP,
yeah, AP.
Jason White was the quarterback that was good in the 2000s.
What's it?
Josh Heupel.
Lehman, if I say his name right.
Teddy Lehman.
Teddy Lehman, linebacker.
Rocky Kalmus.
Rocky Kalmus.
Josh Heupel.
Yeah, Josh Heupel. Like that. Probably not as much fun for him since Bob
No.
let him go.
True.
So probably not as much fun. But
I
he was.
think he
But
goes
guess,
back.
you know what he was? He was the starting quarterback on their national championship
Which
team.
matters.
So I think that matters.
Yeah, it does.
I think that carries some weight. Yeah.
And
it
what
does.
happened? What happened?
With that, they let him go. He fired him. Stoops had to make a change with it,
Ooh.
which also might be one of the best things that ever happened.
Yep.
It made him get out. It made you know where he went? He went to Utah State. Went to
I don't
Utah
think I knew-
State.
I didn't know that.
Then he went to Missouri.
Missouri,
And he got
okay.
the head job at UCF.
Mhm.
Now the head job at Tennessee.
He's great.
Went pretty well.
He went to
financially.
Mizzou from Utah State. I did not know
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Josh Heupel. So that'd be
But that'd be imagine that weekend.
Bob's
getting
boy.
together.
I'm missing a quarterback. Who is that? There's another.
Jason White.
Okay,
He won
White.
the Heisman.
Who is
Tyler Murray. that was that was Lincoln Riley. Sorry, that was,
I
that was-
don't think he
that was Lincoln Riley. I think.
did Stoops bring him in?
Bradford? That's who I'm thinking.
Sam Bradford.
Sam
There you go.
Bradford.
Sam Bradford.
So just real quick, they had 2 Heisman Trophy winners during his time. Pretty cool.
Bob.
Pretty cool.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bob. 10 conference championships. 10 conference
And then
championships.
4 to follow it up. Lincoln Riley came in and won 4 in a row.
It-
And right away you say, "Well, it's the Big 12. Try it."
Come on, that's
Guess what?
That's
I don't say
14.
Find out how many
I ain't saying that.
how many times did Texas win during that time?
Right.
Not even close.
Castiglione himself 14 Big 12 titles in football. That's insane.
Come on. How many Saban win? He
Just
won
want
17.
one over here.
He won 17 SEC
We'll
titles.
look it up during the break.
I'll have to get to that.
When we come back, Bill's Thrills and Song of the Day is next on Early Break from the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, I'm Asher on summer break and about to start 2nd grade. Thanks to awesome people like you who picked Aloe Fiber. They donated $193,000 to schools like mine. This summer, I'm using my fast internet to keep learning, and I can't wait to tell my teacher everything I discovered. So if you're a grown-up picking internet, choose Aloe, because Aloe chooses us, our schools, our town, and our future. Go to aloefiber.com to learn more.
At
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms this morning. Otherwise, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and a high near 87. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, low around 66. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and a high near 91. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No.
Once again, your song of the day from 1976. Listen to those horns right there. You Should Be Dancing by the Bee Gees. 464-568-51 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day. It's your turn today.
Oh, God. What year was that?
1976, which is what?
Better Times.
Better Times. Can you just imagine this one? Here's what's talked about in Better Times. People talking about the scene in New York or any scene, club scene like that. Was there anything that even resembles when they have this discussion about Studio 54? Studio 54.
You have a curiosity with Studio 54.
Studio 54.
You've mentioned it before.
Yeah, people talk about it like there's nothing like it, and this was it right here. This music was it. This was it. You were walking into studio, and everyone was there.
Some Donna Summer playing.
So it was insane.
Yeah.
Anything from the lyrics at all that caught you?
The lyrics I did not know. The inappropriateness of these lyrics is I had no idea because he sings so fast.
Yes.
You know what he says in that line? I did not know this till this moment. We've heard that song 7,000 times.
Yep.
And you just hear him go. What he's saying is, what you doing on your bed on your back?
He said,
what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, I think I know what it means.
What you doing on your bed on your back?
He says that.
Yes, that was the part.
I had no idea.
It again. Do your version of it.
Yeah, right. That's what we all hear.
And what he was saying was what again?
What you doing on your bed on your back?
Nobody knew that besides looking at the
next
lyrics.
line. She's juicy and she's trouble. What the hell? We had no idea.
No, that's right. I went to you. I said, "Hey, please."
You also know that.
I go,
It
lyrics.
sounds so innocent when they're singing.
It
It's
does.
not, but it's not at all.
This is not innocent.
No, it's not. This is
No, the first line of the song
Right,
is "My baby moves at midnight, goes right and tell the dog."
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we get it. Wow, she's juicy and she's trouble.
Come on,
Bee Gees.
Had no idea.
1976.
You didn't know. I didn't know.
I didn't know either because I didn't know any of the words. Charlie.
No, you should
But
be
I can do
dancing.
the. I can
What
do
you
that.
doing on your bed and your back?
Oh,
Wow. Anyway, it's a great song.
great song.
You don't really listen to the lyrics in that
No.
song.
I just picture stuff. What it'd be like walking into like Travolta walking into studio.
You really like Studio 54.
Oh, I do. God, there's like I saw a documentary. What's on about that?
A documentary.
Yes,
Documentary.
There you go. Same thing.
That's the phrase.
There, I'm looking for a documentary.
There you go.
You saw a documentary on Studio 54 at some point.
Yeah, at some point it was insane what was going on in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
it was
a lot.
It was a lot.
And that surely was the 70s.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, better times.
Yeah. Bee Gees had a string of hits. I don't know all of them.
So the question is going to be then: do the lyrics hurt your rating of the song or not?
I don't know.
Now that you know what the song is actually saying,
Well, Sip put this in the best perspective. I know I've heard that song. I said whatever, thousands and thousands of times, and I've always enjoyed it. I had no idea that it was talked about the word juicy in there at all.
I've never heard the word
and
juicy.
she's trouble. God. And what you doing on your bed on your back? I don't. Wow. You can't understand what they're saying. So
I think that was part
probably
of it.
intentional.
Yeah, it's probably intentional. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you got for
You should be high 9.6?
Yeah, really high for me. 9444.
With both, that's nines back to back.
Yeah,
really good song.
Yeah, really good song. And the Bee Gees should have their own wing at the Hall of Fame.
100.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah, I guess Rudy scored.
I'm gonna say Rudy's gonna like it. 7-9.
7.6.
God, you read Rudy
He says
well.
it feels like a night at Skateland. He says.
Okay.
Roller skating. Yeah.
How about Skateland with a bunch of sixth graders with those lyrics? How about that?
Rudy, thank you.
Thank you.
Some ratings here before we get to Bill's Thrills. Rod in South Lincoln says Disco Tuesday a 7. Jake and Hickman 1.1. 1.1 for that song.
Not the Bee Gees.
Shamia 8. Houston 7.7. Vern in Dakin 8.1. Mike and Dalton 7. Sandmaster in KC 9.2. The Bandit 6. Wink 7.9.
Martindale.
He says fun.
Fun. It was fun.
Eric says sorry, but disco absolutely sucks. 1 on that one. Pops in Minnesota, 8. Corey in Lincoln, 1.
Oh, wow. That's Corey.
That's Corey being difficult again. Triple H's dad, 2. Lyle in Omaha, 8. Matt says 100% walk up music for that song.
I would agree. They'd be walk up to me. Yeah.
For sure.
And I was kind of on that for a while. I was like, yeah, man, I think disco sucks. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, right. And then all of a sudden going like, nah, this is really good. I think I probably said it and then listened to it like in my house. But I was like no, it's actually pretty good. Kind of like
good disco. I mean,
there's some good
Casey
disco.
and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah, there's some good disco.
Jennifer, 8.9. Hubby, 6.
Ooh,
on that one.
8.9. She
Pretty
had
good
to.
from Jennifer.
I bet she was dancing. Jennifer, were you dancing?
Confirm, Jennifer.
Confirm.
Brad is the quarterback.
Ozarks
Quarterback.
Brandon says, you think your golf game is struggling. Oof, 2.1. Huh. All right.
Kind of a wide variety of scores.
Yes. That's what disco does.
Yeah.
People love it or you hate it.
Mhm.
Not really in between.
I'm
a
okay with
disco.
that. I'm okay with that.
I'm too.
Chad in Texas, 1. Scott in Delaware, Ohio, 1.
Wow.
He says better times, but terrible music, 1. Cassie's hit. I hit the mute button, 0.
God.
Grant, 8.9 on the bottoms. Who in Columbus? Bird! 2. Just a 2 from Bird.
Okay.
And by the way, Jennifer was dancing.
Really?
Yep, she was. Song of the day, You Should Be Dancing by the Bee Gees from 1976.
Thank
It is
you.
time for a Tuesday edition of Bill's Thrills. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is it going to be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break.
Bill's Thrills sponsored by Diner Contracting.
Randy!
You need remodels. This conversation starts and ends with Randy at Diner Contracting, and they do all things from kitchens, bathrooms, whole house remodels, and more. Please call Randy at 402-417-5204. Diner Contracting.
Randy's on the move today, tomorrow, and Thursday all over the town. I've got updated from breakers reaching out. He's going out to go out to get a survey of what the work they need to have done and do their free
consultation?
estimate, the consultation, and so very excited about that getting around. If you burned your deck down from fireworks, Randy's the guy to call.
Help out.
You have a problem with that? Something happened over the weekend. Stuff happens like that, and he's gonna rebuild everything for you. It completely incredible timeline to have things done. Randy,
I bet he'll build sturdy decks.
Sturdy. Randy's stout.
Is he?
Himself? Yes, he's kind of square. Yes, kind of a Fred Flintstone type of stoutness to him. Yes.
And his boy's name is
what's that? Hayden.
Hayden.
Yes, taller but still stout, so they can lift things over their head. That's one of the things that they talk about a lot. Their amount of strength that they can lift over their head. They both discuss it quite often.
They talk about that.
Yes, they talk about that. How much they can lift over their head.
Really?
So, yeah, they daily.
I missed that in my conversation with them.
Yes, Randy didn't mention he can lift over his
he didn't
head.
mention that
Oh, yeah,
apparently.
he's very strong. Yes, he's very
He can lift
strong.
stuff over his head.
Yes.
Imagine bragging about that. Now watch this real
Watch
quick.
it.
His trash barrel's going up.
That's why you want to go with Randy.
His trash barrel's going
Going
up.
up.
Upstairs.
Upstairs.
But why? Because I can.
Because I can.
Upstairs.
Overhead lifting champion.
Watch this.
Come on. Man, Randy's strength engenders confidence.
Who else you want to hire, guys?
I want the guy who can lift the barrel.
When he comes to your house, Moose, when he comes to your house tomorrow, see what he can lift over his head.
Just ask him.
Have some weights sitting around to see what he can do.
Kind of prod him over there.
Have a chest of drawers sitting out. See if he can whip that.
Hey, I'm going to put this in my attic, Randy. Come on up here.
Over your head,
Over your head, please.
One way to carry this. Bugaboo Tuesday today, Bill. What's bothering you today?
After that.
Oh, Bugaboo Tuesday.
What is bothering
God
Bill
dang it.
today? There's the flip.
There it is.
There is a precursor, an eve, and a date. Don't be late. There's a precursor, an eve, and a date. Don't be late. It all gets back. That's just the way life is. You have the time leading up to Christmas Eve. Great time. Festive. Then you have Christmas Eve, which Eves are my Xanadu. Then you have Christmas Day. Same with everything. That's just what it is. There's a precursor. There's an eve, and then there's the day.
Oh,
that's the way it's set up like that.
Precursor.
So in fireworks, you have this one, small town on June 25th. They're fired up and they're going. I mean, I talk to people that can Pender. They're like, whoa, it's a lot, but it's okay. June 25th, it's on. Everything is on.
You hear it.
And then you hear in Lincoln, you love it. Because all of a sudden, about 11:30 or so, you hear a bunch of
AM,
PM. You hear some
PM.
You'd hear some going, which means some kids snuck out to a local small town. They bought some stuff and they shot them off in Lincoln, and then they took off running But I'm like, God, love those kids.
I kind of
they're out there. I love it like that. Then it gets to Eve.
Yeah.
And then it's mayhem.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's on. It is a firework display. Lincoln's everything is lit up. You can't even see. And then the finale, July 4th, which I was part of up at our little spot, our little cabin that we have. It's nuts. It's mayhem. Go at it. I love it. I love the early. I love the precursor. I love everything. Then July 5th hits.
Oh, July 5th.
And there were fireworks again, and that's my bugaboo. Enough. Stop. I'm done. I'm done on the 5th.
I was wondering what the bugaboo
I'm done
was.
on the 5th. On the 5th, all of a sudden I'm taking sugar out like that, and they're going off like right over the top of us. It's the 5th. When it hit the 5th, it's over. You don't have the Potato Bowl the day after the national championship game. It's not how it works. When the Super Bowl's over, there's not. Well, we're also going to play one off here. The Dolphins are going to play the Ravens
Just
quick
for the hell of it.
for one other game that. When it's over. It's over.
Okay, that's the bug.
Christmas Day is Christmas Day. You have Christmas Eve, go nuts. You have Christmas Day. Let's do this thing. The day after Christmas, have you gotten together with your family a lot? The day after Christmas?
Usually not.
No,
It's
you
over.
don't.
It's rest
Stay
time.
within
You
the deal.
depart.
So when you want to go crazy June 25th, that's pre. The post doesn't work. I don't like it. July 5th, fireworks, not my deal. Not a big fan.
Did you hear some?
There was a lot. All of a sudden,
I've heard
it's kind of, and they obviously the people just saved them for the 5th. I'm like, no, don't save for the 5th.
You're cognizant of it because of sugar too.
A little bit. She did not like that. Or out walking. I'm expecting it. I'm like, and the whole time when they were going off on July 4th until like 1 a.m, I'm like, it's the way it is. That's life. Doesn't bother me a bit. No complaining. No anything.
No, me neither.
You've heard me praise the fireworks.
Yeah.
I praise them. Shoot them off. Have your fun. Do everything. It's nuts. But when it hits the 5th. That's it.
I hear you.
It's over. I don't want to see it again. I
didn't hear a ton of them.
There was somewhere we were at, but some one-offs like that. There was like that. But
Yeah,
all
you
of a
hear
sudden-
occasional.
I'm like, no, I'm done with them.
No, Bill, quick question. There was a couple towns up in northeast Nebraska that had their fireworks rained out for 4th of July. That postponed to the 5th because we have the show. We couldn't do it because the rain.
Okay.
Is that acceptable? Or are you talking about the people like just in neighborhoods firing?
That's
them up?
acceptable.
Okay.
I'm talking about just
individuals. Got
Don't
it.
save your fireworks. Hey, I'm going to hold some back for the 5th. No, it's the 4th or it's the 3rd or do them early. Like I said, if somebody was in our neighborhood on June 28th, just rifling them off, I'd been like, I gave them like that.
Yeah.
Do it.
Give him a high 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off one of his fingers.
Yeah.
Laughed at his own joke.
Just like cracked himself up. Yes.
We have some
Yes.
response here on the
Okay.
YouTube and text line. Bolt says, I am with you, Bill. on this
Bolt,
one.
that's your friend.
Bolt. Yes. Left
friend?
defensive end.
God, Bolt texted in support of his former team.
Thank you.
I'm with you, Bill.
Pendragon.
God, I love that, by the way, that you guys
Stick
remain
together.
close.
We don't hear from many discoverers.
You don't hear from any of them.
No. Blitzkrieg, what did he say to you?
What did he say?
What did he say to Bill?
Excuse me. I hate to interrupt. I'm Blitzkrieg.
He's standing right next to me
God, if you
in the
could see
booth.
that. That's amazing.
He says, I always like the random fireworks in October. that's post July 4th, though.
First July.
That's great.
I would say this, like July,
great.
if all of a sudden, October 29th, and someone fires off an artillery show, I'm kind of like, I kind of like that. It's kind of funny. It's a one deal. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It's the 5th that bothers me.
The
It's
5th after the
5th.
4th. Yes.
The day after.
I'm
the day after
100%.
Christmas. The day after.
You don't
whatever.
want to hear a bunch of them.
Imagine someone like that all of a sudden just like trick or treat. Well, it's November 1st. I know, but I'm just a day late. I can still do it, right? No,
Nope.
no, that's
You
not when
missed
you do
out.
it.
No,
you missed
that's
out.
not how it works.
Anything else, Jake?
Sanderson says, we go nuts on the 4th, but it is over that night. Next chance is New Year's for fireworks for Sanderson.
Yeah, New Year's. I'm okay with that.
We do have some pushback.
Okay.
Tater says, this is the first time that Bill has actually sounded old. I'm somewhat disappointed, Bill.
I don't think so.
Peter.
See, I don't think it is because I'm saying go from June 25th. Go. I'm the one saying the old person would be like supposed to shoot him off on the 4th. One time. No. The 3rd. One time. No. I'm letting him. I'm like
You sound fine.
No, I just said I did. I'm going to push back on that one.
Right.
It's just the 5th. It's like a tradition. Like no, I want it done with.
I'm with you.
Bird agrees with you. He said, I agree. Other than rain on the 4th, you don't save them for next year.
There's no saving. They all go.
I'm with you 100% on that. You'll just hear. I don't mind hearing an occasional boomer in the distance. It's fine, but I don't want to hear a bunch.
Somebody's commenting on Diner. It says Randy's Stout Deck Building Company.
Going upstairs.
Imagine Randy carrying kegs out of a basement in the bar over his head. 16-gallon kegs. Big dude.
Big square dude.
Big square. Oh, remember those? We talk about the Flintstones. Remember the vitamins? The Flintstone vitamins?
Absolutely. We all had those.
That's how you got.
I'm not convinced they had any effect on
anything.
And yet here we are.
They were like a Pez dispenser. It was just candy.
100%. Yeah. God, that was a part of my child. Thank you for God.
Flintstones. Oh yes.
But I just was like, this is
have Randy over and just see what he. That'd be something too. And please track this. What'd you have Randy lift over his head?
Take a video or photo
of something of Randy lifting
things that Randy can lift over his head.
Let's put it on TikTok.
I think I'm so to count. Build the headline one more time, please.
Oh, thank you.
Put down my mower, Randy.
He's going.
Look at him. He's Brent.
That's why you got your mower over.
He's getting the reps in. Oh, there is a precursor and an eve and a date. Don't be late.
That is the Bugaboo Tuesday Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Diner Contracting. Hour 2 is next. Early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to SmokingGunJerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their chicken fingers always fill my tank. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. One love.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms this morning. Otherwise, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and a high near 87. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, a low around 66. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and a high near 91. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Second hour, as always, sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank, member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane, also at 70th and Pioneers. And what does Shin Daddy have going on today in Creighton, Bill?
In honor of the time of year, it's Tennis Tuesday.
Okay.
Tennis Tuesday. So in the out in the parking lot, Shin Daddy has brought in sod, and he's made an all Creighton club. So he's simulating Wimbledon. He will be on the net. He'll be the linesman. He'll be up calling the ins and outs from up there. And so they have champagne and straw. It was that they brought in sod. They made it a complete grass court. Brought in a complete grass court for tennis. Yes, they'll be playing tennis. That everyone has to wear white.
Yep, that's standard. I was going to ask that. I was going to ask.
Seriously? They'll be serving champagne and strawberries. Yes.
Is that what they do at Wimbledon?
Yes.
How do you know that?
I follow it. I follow it pretty closely.
They serve champagne and strawberry?
They do.
They do. And so it's like you're going to the All England Club, but it's the All Creighton Club. You got to come in.
Very dignified.
Very dignified. Yes. Very, very dignified.
So Shindy will greet you in all white.
It'll be in all white.
It'll be like a painter.
A painter.
Yes. Wow. And short pants?
Short pants.
White short.
Short
I'm not ready for this one.
Imagine getting welcomed in. Not the hold on. Why is the entrance different? Well, you got to come in through the court now.
What court? What do you mean a court?
And
Tennis-
Tamara will be
tennis
wearing
court.
a tennis dress.
Yes, a tennis
A
dress.
white
Yeah,
tennis dress.
And she'll be
Wow.
checking people off as they come in. Stands are set up. So we watched. They brought some local celebrities and past tennis stars.
Are
to
there some
play.
good tennis players up there? Do you
Creighton
know?
was known for its tennis.
Oh,
Probably
was it now?
probably one of the yes, Creighton and Pender are very good tennis teams. Yes.
Back in the day.
I imagine you
Back in
probably
the
won't
days.
have any lobs at the at tennis at the court today. It's
Why?
not the highest ceiling at Midwest
No, it's
Bank.
outside.
No, we're outside.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Jake, in the parking lot.
We're in the
Okay.
parking
You
lot.
can
yes.
hit high lob.
You can do everything you want.
You hit
Out.
lob.
Long.
That's Shindy yelling this, right?
Yep. Football.
You just call a football on me,
Yeah,
Shindy?
yeah, he did.
Seriously?
And there's no arguing with him either. Imagine
No,
trying to
okay.
argue with him.
No.
Yeah, imagine that one.
No.
Not doing that.
No,
They'll-
Shindy runs that.
Then they'll have some celebrity doubles also later in the afternoon.
You're not going to announce who this
That's not being announced. No, it's going to be.
Are there going to be
Jake.
stands around this, Bill?
Oh yes, if we brought in Stan.
Jake, you could play that old guy up there if you want.
Yeah, I could.
What's his name?
I forget. Was it Marty?
Marty?
He
That's
beat
not
you
Marty.
6-0-6-0.
can't-
Yeah, beat you 6-0-6-0, Jake.
Yeah, but
And
that's
you
just
thought
a-
your golf game was falling apart. How about that?
My tennis game has been done for years now.
Yeah.
Did you hit lobs?
I try to.
Top spin.
Usually they
Top
get
spin
slammed right
lobs?
back
Yeah.
at me. Yeah.
So big day at Midwest.
Big
Bank.
day. God, they're gonna. He's laying sod down.
Sod's down. Went down last night. Yeah.
Grass court in the parking lot. Everybody's
Ooh,
got to wear white.
Big question from Tanner regarding Shindy.
Yes.
Says, will Shindy be wearing a white tank top to one up Bombeck with the gun show?
The gun show. No tank top. No tank top.
Not banker.
Like that. Man, plus we don't want to get, no sunburn. We don't want to sunburn.
That's a
today.
good point.
He's a banker. I bet he has a Regal white shirt.
And he will be banking in between sets. So in between sets, you can meet up with him. Just right down.
How much
by
time
the,
is that, Bill?
What's
How
that?
much time between?
Not very
sets?
long. It's just quick. It's a quick loan. He'll kind of stamp it yes or no.
Tennis Tuesday.
Yes.
Hey, there doesn't have to be alliteration on these, but I
No,
do
there has to be.
I do appreciate it, but it kind of limits you. Like Wednesday's going to get rough, like Wiener Wednesday.
Yeah.
No, I'm not giving you ideas. I'm not doing.
No, I'll do it, Steve, if that's what you want.
that.
No, you do it. Guess it's your show now.
Tennis Tuesday.
Tennis
today.
Tuesday in Creighton.
God dang, that'll be fun. That'll be fun up there. Champagne and strawberries.
I look forward to hearing Shindy's yelling of the outs
Yeah,
and
I wanna-
faults and long.
Now, this isn't a tournament.
No,
Just
not-
people can play.
can play. He has the matchups already. It's a round robin.
How many people are playing, Bill? A lot.
What's that? 42.
42 people
Yeah.
throughout the course of the day.
Throughout
Look at
the
beautiful
course of the
day for it too.
And,
Not
and
a
that
lot of
also
wind.
counts the doubles, Jake. So
Okay.
that makes it add up a little bit.
Does this
quicker.
start at 8:44?
8:44 will be starting. Yes,
How was your tennis game?
it's pretty good.
Could you
You
serve?
play with Duke.
I
said.
kind of hit a cut serve. I hit a cut serve. I did.
Cutter?
Well, here's the reason that this also this is something you guys probably didn't know this. So out of college, and I left Weston. I went to the University of Tennessee. I told you this to try to get in with a football staff, and I was going to school for master's degree in exercise physiology, which I eventually finished at Kearney State College.
Okay.
But when I was there, I had to teach classes. So I taught tennis. So I taught tennis.
We did not
classes.
know this.
So I taught tennis classes at the University of Tennessee.
Beautiful.
And
Tennis.
Yeah, tennis. I'd never really had played tennis at that time.
Did he
I had
a little bit in
I had to read a book the day before, and I remember we're out that and I had this whole class had to teach fundamentals and drills and then matchups and all this stuff. It was incredible having to teach this class. I remember the
What?
I
You have no
wish to
experience
God
at all.
no.
There was
I
video
read
of
I
this.
read a book the night before. Yeah, and I went and bought a pair of tennis shorts. I had a pair of white tennis shorts.
What in the hell?
Yes, so I taught
Like
tennis.
rules of the game.
Yes, and we had a test. They take tests. Yes,
God.
Tuesday, Thursday was the rules of the game.
So it wasn't a particularly difficult course.
No, I gave a lot of A's out. Yeah, I gave a lot of good grades out. There was
Tennis.
So I did teach.
I'm trying to envision Bill doing a drill with low experience, just like
I'm really
shaking a serve right or hitting a forehand up over the net.
The
or
best
over the
one
fence.
was like that. Was that
You're the coach here.
Was that I would see there's people in the class that had obviously played some, so I'd use them to demonstrate. Now we're going to talk about the serve. Wendy, why don't you come up here quick? Because I couldn't imagine me trying to demonstrate in front of others.
That's just smart.
Not good. So I grabbed someone else. It was a co-ed class.
Your tennis background.
Tennis.
Wow.
background. So we got that going for us also.
At
I remember
Tennessee.
too that my instructor who had her PhD to come out like to kind of just to observe your class, see how you were doing as a teacher, and she couldn't have been overwhelmed, I'm sure, at this time. But I was talking about having long volleys back and forth, and finally she's like, "That's a rally. Volleys when the ball doesn't hit the ground. It's a rally."
I'm like, close.
Okay, all right. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to get that one together.
It's a rally.
It's a rally, Bill, not a volley. So volleys when the ball doesn't hit the ground. So
at least you were trying, Bill.
Yes.
Better times at Tennessee teaching
You guys didn't
tennis.
know I taught tennis.
No, we've never heard that
what
before.
to make of this.
We've never heard this before.
I love it though.
In Knoxville. Yes.
I love the vision of you playing tennis in Pender as a youth with a wet ball out of the
pool. It was like an asphalt whatever
the
covering
pavement.
pavement. It was this asphalt. That's what we played on.
Was it nice?
Yeah.
Columbus had some nice courts. All right, we better move on.
464-5685, call or text as always. David Pollock, former Georgia defensive end, NFL player, longtime College Game Day broadcaster, no longer on Game Day, by the way.
No
longer on there.
Pollock off.
Is doing. He has his own podcast, like a lot of people do. They're called the C-Ball Get Ball podcast. Everyone has a podcast.
C-Ball. Yeah, who doesn't have a podcast? Is that wrong with me when I push back when someone's? I know they can listen to our show as a podcast. When someone is like that, so you're doing that podcast still?
It's a show that's podcast.
Can you address that?
Yeah,
this is a live radio show.
Yeah.
It is on the FM. It's on the stream. It is live. There's no editing of this until Rudy posts just the content on the podcast.
Okay.
But this is a live show that is podcasted. It is not a podcast.
Why is that though? Why do I get surly? I get surly when someone goes, "So you still doing that podcast thing?"
Because here's why, Bill.
Well, it's actually live radio. We do it every day, 3 hours and stuff. It's like I'm not just in my basement, talking about like 56 trap.
Nothing wrong with being in a basement.
Yeah, you're up early for a 6 a.m. radio show.
Right. Okay.
A podcast, you can do it any time of the day and post it whenever and edit it.
We'll just. I think that's why you
radio
get
show.
surly.
That's why.
Surly.
Disrespecting the early wake up call. That's why you get why you get surly. I understand.
People are disrespecting Randy and his strength.
No, they wouldn't do that. Anyway, David Pollock was on the C-Ball Get Ball podcast talking about Dylan Raiola and said that his ceiling is still high, but needs to eliminate negative plays like the 12 picks last year. He pointed out the overtime loss to Illinois went backwards a couple of times. Nebraska had a 4th and a mile to try to keep that game going. Did not happen.
Mm-hmm.
He says he held on the ball too long at times, tried to throw some hero balls, and took ill-timed sacks, which Dana Holgorsen can help with better coaching and better play calls in general. I mean, how much can Dana actually help in limiting the negative plays from Dylan Raiola?
A lot. I mean, I think one thing.
Year two.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I still go back a lot of it's like I would love to play against true freshmen as a defensive coach. I would. Now you don't maybe not when it's one of the option quarterbacks for Oklahoma, because they play with some true freshmen that were pretty ridiculous, but their game was so different. But I'd rather play against a true freshman than a seasoned, a less talented seasoned junior, redshirt junior that had been around a lot, that has seen a lot more. Those things, it just takes a lot of time to be comfortable with rotations, what's happening in and out of plays. So the one thing I bring up on this is this information, because what was said by Pollock was said by basically everyone. Am I wrong? It's been the conversation for everyone.
True.
Because I wonder when some people are talking, and I'm asking more than being negative towards Pollock, but how much did he watch?
Yeah.
How much did he actually see? Because I'm having a hard time. That right now, if you talk to a writer in Los Angeles or in Seattle or whatever, it's like that. What do you think of him? What'd you see? They'd be like going, don't know. Really haven't seen that much of him.
See the stats.
I mean, you see, but when Nebraska fans watch it as if everyone else is watching it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They're not.
No,
they're not watching it. There's other games on that have a lot more attention to them. The Iowa game would have got a lot of attention because of the time that it was on. That would have been the only major attention game. The Colorado game would have gotten a lot of attention because
Illinois.
It was a Friday night game.
Get a little bit more on that. So there is some, but I always wonder when people comment, how much did they see? If all of a sudden I just wanted to do a deep dive into Maryland's quarterback situation last year, I couldn't. I'm like,
I wouldn't know the guy if he walked in here.
No, they didn't play very good. What else you got? Not real sure. I really didn't watch him. I have
Look
no
at his
idea.
stats.
Look at his stats and kind of say this is what it is. So.
With Dylan, I feel like we talk about him sometimes like he wasn't a true freshman. He's a true freshman. I think we talk about him sometimes. I don't think we give him the benefit of the doubt enough. He was the only freshman starter in the Power Four at quarterback. He's the only one.
Yeah, I agree. That's why if I'm playing against someone,
I want to see a freshman.
I'd love to see a true freshman more so than I would a seasoned, maybe a little less talented junior.
How will Dana Holgerson help him? He'll get the ball out faster. That was really the immediate discussion. That was the immediate discussion. He'll get the ball out faster. I think that's what I think he has to, and I think that's what you'll see. He had 11 interceptions, so I think it's 13. It was 13 and 11, 13 touchdowns, 11 picks. No, he doesn't. That's not the numbers he wants. Now he did complete 67%, and he played pretty well against Wisconsin, right?
He did,
and not bad in the bowl game.
No, not bad.
Right. So he wasn't horrible down the stretch. He had some bad games. I mean, Indiana wasn't good. Ohio State wasn't, they weren't great games. Not horrible, but not great.
Well, you said earlier in the show, Sip, you're talking about how you wish you'd be more skittish at times in the pocket.
Just a little more urgency.
Yeah,
is a better way to put it. Yeah.
Because it points out, Pollock says, there's some ill-timed sacks that he took last year. And that's a freshman learning the ways as a college quarterback.
Pollock's not wrong. I mean, my question is, like I said, his evaluation is really good. It's accurate. I just wonder how much did they see him?
Yeah.
That's I always wonder when someone's talking, how much do they see him or how much do they just know from name recognition through that?
Yeah. I don't know. Why would Pollock be watching a lot of Nebraska football? That'd be the question.
That'd be my question.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, right now, can you go into a deep dive on Florida's quarterback?
No.
I can't. I really can't. I watched him a little here and there. No, I cannot go into a deep dive on him. If someone said, listen, we're going to have you on the radio. I want you to talk about, Mississippi State quarterback, Florida quarterback. This is what we're going to go with, okay? All I could do is just read, well, he was not very good in the red zone, so he's got to get better in the red zone. He needs to do this better. I said, but what he's saying is accurate, and I could give an accurate conversation on those quarterbacks if I just followed up on today, read up on them, and I could say, okay, here's what I have.
I wouldn't listen too much about what Pollock says about Nebraska. He can't follow it that closely, and I don't blame him. I mean, there's
no.
I mean,
but he's not wrong in his assessment, though.
No, he nailed it. It's probably just one of those things. It's almost like reading Wikipedia.
Yeah,
that type of thing. It's kind of like, well, this is kind of what. Because has there been anyone that hasn't had those exact comments?
No.
I mean, if you interviewed anybody, or if you go back and do other pundits, it'd be like it'd be the exact same. So,
I mean, you could just name a quarterback held on to the ball too long at times. Quarterbacks hold on to the ball too long at times. I mean, Brady holds on to the ball too long at times when he was playing. I mean, it happens. Sometimes guys throw hero balls. So it's not. These aren't unique things.
I think they call that in the huddle. Let's go hero, right?
Go hero.
Let's go. We gonna do
a hero ball.
They're the hero. Yeah.
They used to say that about Tommy Armstrong a lot.
Well,
a lot of hero balls.
He did. He chucked a lot of them deep. Well, he'd get out of the pocket and he'd buy about 20 seconds of time and just throw it as far as he could.
Well, he had a gun though.
He threw one that
he did. He had a gun.
PJ, my safety, intercepted at Wisconsin. It was in the second half of that game.
You remember that?
We had all the rushing, and he threw one like that, and he just ripped one down the field. And I looked down the field, and there's only one guy down there, and it's my safety. I remember while the ball was ball was in the air, I said, "Please don't drop it." I had that much time. Really? I had that much time to watch the ball leave his hand, and all I see is PJ, and he caught it like this. He caught the interception like it was a punch.
Please don't drop it.
Please, I said, please don't drop this. That's all he said. Please don't drop this.
Tommy was a good player.
Yeah. A good record at Nebraska, generally. When we come back, if you think Urban Meyer could be a GM sometime in college football, I don't think he's interested. We'll
think
tell you
again.
Why. Next, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
An award-winning softball season deserves a celebration. Don't miss your chance to congratulate Jordy Ball in person. Join the team at Midwest Bank for a special meet and greet on July 16th at their Jamie Lane location as they recognize her incredible achievements. Bring your friends, your team spirit, and your favorite gear for Jordy to sign, and it all kicks off at 4 p.m. They can't wait to see you there. Get all the details at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Hey guys, you have heard about the Farrell's 10-week challenge for years on the ticket. If you still haven't joined us for this amazing challenge, what are you waiting for? You could be our next $1,000 winner like Derek, who just lost 30 pounds, 23 inches, and 8% body fat. Derek changed his life in the 10-week challenge, and so can you. Farrell's combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to get you the results you have been waiting for. Join us July 12th for the Summer 10-Week Challenge. Go to fxblincoln.com to enroll today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Are kids better off in an intact family? You bet they are. This is Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Kids living in a household with married parents do better in school, they're emotionally healthier, and they're more likely to stay out of trouble with the law. If you're in a troubled marriage, of course you should do everything you can to save your marriage, if only for your kids' sake. This includes considering alternatives to divorce. Of course, in some circumstances, divorce is unavoidable. In either case, if you're a man facing a crisis in your marriage, let us help you at Cordell & Cordell. Remember, we're the partner men can count on.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln, Cordell & Cordell, 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska, 68508.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hi, I'm Asher on summer break and about to start second grade. Thanks to awesome people like you who picked Aloe Fiber. They donated $193,000 to schools like mine. This summer, I'm using my fast internet to keep learning, and I can't wait to tell my teacher everything I discovered. So if you're a grown-up picking internet, choose Aloe, because Aloe chooses us, our schools, our town, and our future. Go to aloefiber.com to learn more.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry.
Finance!
At Currency, a Sandhills global company, they offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. Also a 4.5-day work week, attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more today.
Currency, Steve, you want to talk about state of the art of what's getting done there at Sandhills Global.
That's Sandhills Global.
It's Sandhills Global. This is going to be such a big phase of what they do. And this is, like, as Carson said, he goes, it's real simple because of the success. How big does, what happens when you have a great athletic program? Then all of a sudden you get applicants to your school like crazy. You get an upgrade.
Oh, yes.
It's a major deal like that. With, said Northwestern.
Student body at large.
Northwestern wins goes to the Rose Bowl twice, and all of a sudden they go up 400% in their applications to school. Things of that nature. I just
you wouldn't believe Alabama.
I'm serious. No, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane because
serious.
because their success of what's going on. People want to be part of something like that. That's what Sandhills Global.
Oh,
That's
God,
what
I never thought of it that way.
It's exactly what's going on now. They want to be part of that big picture. That big picture. And that's what's going on. This is your chance.
You want to be like Carson.
They're bringing in. So think about when you get hired by Currency, think of who else is getting hired right next to you. Another star. Just stars across the board. Just 5 stars. That's what they're bringing in. And that's what's going to help this thing get off the ground.
It's rolling up there.
It's rolling up
the Highlands.
GoCurrency.com/careers.
Yes, in the Highlands. Right by Down the Hatch.
It is.
Yes.
Very close by to Down the Hatch.
Are we going to Aragon anytime soon?
Yes. Well, the Peds haven't heard from it all.
We've not heard a word.
Sean, Carson,
where
you at?
Carson, you text in today.
What's
and
the
let us know
update on that?
On that lunch, we'd like to do that here quickly.
The silence is deafening.
Yeah, it is very much.
By the way, quick correction before we move on.
Oh,
no. Corey and Lincoln, something that you had said last segment.
What?
You had said Dylan was the only freshman quarterback in Power 4 last year. I think he was the only one that started the season as a quarterback. Because the highest graded true freshman quarterbacks who played at least 250 snaps were Damon Williams at Washington, C.J. Bailey, NC State, Dylan Raiola. DJ Lagway was a freshman at Florida.
Didn't start the season.
No, but he did play 250 snaps.
Right.
And then Michael Van Buren at Mississippi State.
I don't think any of those guys started the season.
But they were freshman quarterbacks that did play.
Right.
Yeah, you can defend yourself, Steve. I think there was an error there. If you want. You're
It's
right.
just a small error.
He's the only quarterback.
Corey says, sorry for being difficult about this. Just want corrections here.
You should apologize.
You should apologize.
How dare you, Corey? Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
Urban Meyer also has his own podcast. So we have David Pollack last segment. Now we have Urban Meyer. He does the Triple Option podcast. He was talking to new Oklahoma GM Jim Nagy about just being a GM in college football. And this was on the podcast. He's regarding, would Urban Meyer ever be interested in being a GM? Urban says, quote, I had a school come see me this year and ask if I wanted to be the GM, and a couple other phone calls. And you start to think, okay, they actually came to see me. So I said, yeah, I'll meet and I'll sit down with you guys. I said, okay, what is the job description? They said, well, basically, you meet with all the agents of the 17 and 18-year-olds. And I thought, I'd rather step on a rusty nail and pull it out myself. I mean, what in the world? If that's what you got to do, Jim, God bless you. End quote. Urban Meyer on the idea of being a GM in today's college football. I don't think it's going to happen with him.
No, not happening. And also, I'd be very hard pressed. The top end, or in the probably $1 million, about what they're getting paid.
Yeah, top end.
There's not a ton of getting paid $1 million, but a bunch. I imagine Urban's probably making at least $5 million doing his TV.
He's doing okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's what you
way harder job to be.
Yeah, and way harder job. And every day you're in the office every day with some form of task. But he is correct. When you're imagine talking to an agent of an 18-year-old he's played only high school football, and you're trying to work this thing out.
Or the parents.
The parents. It would be.
And what you have to do, think about how hard it would be to talk to the parents about their son's value. I mean, now it gets really personal at that point. I mean, it's by definition a personal conversation. You can say this is just business. You're assessing the kid's value. I mean, that's what GM has to do. The head coach can divorce himself a little bit from that conversation because of the GM, right?
He can, especially it helps you a little bit on your current roster. When someone in the current roster is like, well, where am I at? It's like, well, the GM handles that. I don't handle that. Right. And so even though they do, I mean, there's no one that doesn't have heavy head coach influence. If not, in the end, in college football, there's some places where the GM and the owner will make the final decision over a head coach. I don't think that's happening anywhere in college football.
I
think the head coach would still make the final call on the direction that they're going.
I think so. Now, Nebraska had that GM under Riley.
Billy Devaney.
Jake. Devaney had a heavy hand. He did. Now, I don't know that he made calls over Riley, but it was, I remember discussing depth chart with Devaney and that he did help make decisions and made strong suggestions. But anyway, I think the hardest part of being the GM is what I said, is you have to have these they can be really difficult discussions when you're talking about money and value. We've all been through that to a certain extent. It is sort of a personal discussion. You think you're one thing, they might think another.
The other part of it too, like the NFL, when you have these discussions, you have a GM, they're selecting you. Here,
right? It's
just the opposite. The student athlete is making the selection,
right?
And so they get to sit and talk. So it's so much harder. I mean, in the draft, it's like you're getting selected. You don't have a choice. Ace Bailey really didn't want to go to Utah. Where's he at?
Utah.
He's at Utah.
I look good last night.
And there's a few that I know that have sat out or done something to determine where they go. But 99.999 go where they're drafted. That's what's going to happen. So it's
an interesting job.
So now you're trying to convince someone to come to your school, and then they don't agree with your assessment. And there are so many people that are talk about delusional. That is where you're delusional,
right?
The people are like, well, I think my value is this, and it's like, well,
that's what I mean.
That's why
it gets kind of weird. It can get kind of weird.
That's why the GM right now loves this house settlement. Now you can kind of go back and go, well, it was a lot different last year. Now we have a house
Things
settlement.
have changed.
And then it's kind of like, well, what's the house? Well, what's that mean for us? It means this is what we're doing. And whether it's right or wrong, they have an out. They have the ability to say, okay, we have this. And then they okay, where am I at with name, image, and likeness? And what can you do with that phase of it? And certain guarantees with that phase of it. But it's not an easy job.
No,
it wouldn't be a fun job either. I don't see. I don't think it'd be a fun job.
It doesn't seem like it.
No. And then as a recruiter, you're
not coaching.
I could imagine you're just busting your tail on a player that you want, and you're doing everything. You know that you play bingo with grandma on Tuesdays. You do all this stuff, and then you talk to the GM like going, yeah, we're just going to offer this, and you're going like, that has no chance of that has no chance of working. I know that's not he's not going to come here for that. It's all we got.
That's all we got.
So you've put in all that time. The person wants to come to your school, and your numbers don't resemble what Missouri has or someone else has, and they'll select a different school now off of that. They'll be like,
happens all the
when it
time.
gets down to a certain amount, they go like, hey, listen, we're talking about 10 grand over this time. We're going to go
You know
to
what?
school.
You know what? It's not only sometimes a matter of like a school not having the money. The general manager and the head coach might just decide we don't want to pay that. We don't want to pay that, and we don't want to pay it because player X is making this, so we can't pay him that because we just can't do that.
So now you understand Urban Meyer not wanting to do that.
God,
You get
no,
completely.
you would never even consider.
Why? Yeah,
like I said,
Urban's like, hang on a
he has
second,
great
what?
insight. He's killing it on Fox, and his
Urban Meyer.
It's got to be. I bet he's a minimum of $5 million. So someone's going to pay him $2 million to go to Notre Dame or
Less
wherever.
money for more work.
Oh, I think it's almost a crazy discussion. Like, Urban Meyer ain't going to be a GM.
Yeah, it'd be a crazy discussion to have that. But also, I guess the level of this with the new settlement is that makes it just so interesting, because then it's going to be, well, what? Because before it was like, you guys have it, you guys have that money, it's somewhere. Now they can at least say, they have deniability.
Plausible deniability.
Yes. I'm saying that we
To a
don't have
certain
it.
degree.
To a certain, we don't have that. We have some other options, but that's also going to get scrutinized. So how this is going to work.
Won't people say, well, now wait a second. You can't we delve into the NIL world?
They will. Like I said, but then there has to be, you have to have it on paper. Right. You have to say what it's going to be, and you have to actually do the work.
Right.
I mean, this last year,
Sure.
there was no doing the work.
Didn't really have to.
There was no like, well, they got paid, but they did that. No, that really wasn't.
Not necessarily.
Now it's got to show up. Yeah. Now they have to have it on documentation of everything. So it's a lot.
There'll be people skirting it though.
Oh,
they'll be skirting
every time that, like I said, every time everything's going on immediately. How do we get around it?
Right.
That's been the rule.
Right.
I listened to a deal yesterday about skirting the rules, and they came up with, it was in the 20s when it first started. This is just an example where they would take college players and they would put under a fake name, and they would play in the NFL. They'd get them to come play like for the Bears on a game, and it'd be like, yeah, that's Tom Smith, and like that. And actually, Tom Smith was a current player. He was like a junior at Notre Dame, but he was playing in the NFL because that was the way they could. That was when things first started. It was when
was that?
1920.
Way
back 20s. Because college football was so much more popular than the NFL at that time. So then they had helmets on, so they couldn't see them. So they didn't have face masks, I guess. But
they've just been skirting the rules for.
So that's been going on forever. Yeah. And so now right away it's gonna be, well, what are they doing? What's going on over there? And what's the plan over there?
And Hugh Freeze spoke about it saying we're going to follow the rules. Now everybody's not following them, but we're going to follow them. But I was sort of surprised he went down that road.
Was he golfing when he said that, or no?
You want to do that with you?
I'm just asking. I had to ask.
I had to ask. That thing that Lane Kiffin set up.
What did he say?
And that's also why SEC, it just means more. SEC people talk about this. I picked up on this the other day. We talk about this argument, Big Ten, SEC, right? Well, the SEC is still more entertaining. It's more entertaining than the Big Ten is for things like this, and the games that are played. It's more entertaining. You don't get a lot of Purdue Northwestern games.
No, and also the Big Ten's kind of stodgy.
Yeah.
It's stodgy.
But Lane Kiffin's was
there's not a lot of personality in the Big Ten. The SEC, I think it's that region partly. People are kind of quirky.
Hugh Freeze had a picture of himself. It says, "Great time at the first annual Ryder Cup between MMCC and BCC at Sage Valley. The cup comes home to Auburn this year. Great times." Lane Kiffin retweets it, says, "Great job, coach. Game is on fire right now." As the other post says that Auburn is now at 86th in the rankings, just ahead of San Jose State and Nevada, behind behind Texas State, Idaho, Tulsa, and East Carolina in the recruiting rankings.
But Kiffin firing one across the bow.
Game is on fire.
Game's on fire. Wouldn't you love to have that right now?
I would.
Wouldn't you love to have that right now?
Yeah.
If someone fired one across the bow at James Franklin about something like that.
Yeah, the only person firing right now is Bielema on Twitter. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only person that fires in the Big Ten, really.
And he doesn't fire across the bow. He fires outside the conference.
Yes, he does.
He fires outside the conference.
Get some,
but that is, I mean, that's funny stuff. And Can you see? I think Lane was probably kind of smirking when he hit send.
Game
Game's on fire. Send. Had the fire emoji too.
He did. That's what it was. Game is on fire.
I doubt he was bothered by it.
I don't think so because he was in the post. If not, I'd be going like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
He took
deal.
a picture. Yeah, he's in the picture.
Not doing that.
It is time to play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. A chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. The record is 0-1 because we had the tiebreaker and the caller got it on the dot yesterday.
Yeah.
1991, the year that the Lollapalooza began in Chicago.
It's like he made up the game show.
Today's topic
Texted into
is,
Jake.
because we've got Big 12 Media Day starting off today, how about Big 12 football players? These are per Phil Steele in the projected first teamers of the Big 12.
No idea.
I think we will get some of these right.
None.
We will get the majority of these 4 questions right. So 3 out of 4 at least.
Okay.
You think you know your Big 12 football players? Call us at 402-464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call it down, Sip and Bill. In trivia, today's topic, Big 12 football players. You guys don't feel great about
I
this.
don't feel good at all.
No, I don't.
I don't know. Right now, if you said name 4, I don't think I could.
Well,
don't think I could.
These are people that are high on Phil Steele's at least all Big 12 team this year. So good players. We have Tater. Tater, how do you feel about Big 12 football players today?
Pretty good.
Okay. Bill, a lifeline for 1 question for Sip. Tater, first question goes to you. What Big 12 team does quarterback Sawyer Robertson play for?
I got that one. You better get this.
Oh, gosh.
Tater, I got it. So the safety.
3.
No, I'll count. 5.
Jake got mad at me.
Hey, don't.
Tater.
I hear some typing. 5, 4.
Are you typing?
I thought I heard keys on it.
I don't know this one.
3.
I don't even. I guess I could guess.
2. 1.
UCF.
UCF. No.
All right, we're up 1-0. We're up 1-0. It's Baylor.
Brilliant.
I don't know why I know that. I don't know why I know that.
Phil Steele's first team, Big 10. Big
We
12
thought we
quarterback.
heard typing, Tater. There's a concern.
Wait, I'm not typing.
Okay.
I'm not typing.
All right,
I'm
making sure.
Okay, Tater.
Sound like typing. 1-0 lead. Sips in play. Sip back to you and Bill's in play. What Big 12 team does wide receiver Jordan Tyson play for?
Oh.
Seen as a first team All Big 12 player per Phil Steele.
Oh, I know this. We're loaded. We're loaded. We're up 2-0. I mean, he didn't play at the end of last year. Now he's back with Levitt, Arizona State. Oh, he's a dude.
Oh, look at this. Big 12
How about
expert
that?
Steve Sipple over
Steve
here.
Sipple with the 12.
Man.
2-0 lead. This is a stay alive. Tater, last question. What Big 12 team does running back Dylan Edwards play for?
Layup.
We're rolling.
Dylan Edwards.
I think he fills in for that little guy. K-State?
What do you say?
K-State.
Okay, I think, yeah. Okay.
He's alive.
Kansas State is correct. Formerly at Colorado, now at K-State.
He's alive.
And this is for the win, and Bill is in play. Last question. What Big 12 team does quarterback Rocco Becht play for?
Oh, God, Bill. Help.
Oh, man.
I thought this was a layup.
Can I look up the Big 12 schools?
No.
I can't look up the Big 12 schools.
That's looking at like a keyboard there.
You can start doing process of elimination. That's what you're going to have to do.
I thought you guys would get this right away.
Oh, no, it's super easy.
Is it? I need you.
Rocco Becht.
Iowa State.
There we go.
I wouldn't have got it. I did not have it.
I'm somewhat stunned that you guys get that right
I
away.
did not have
The
it.
name hit me right away. Okay, I know this.
I did not know it.
Play it again, Jake.
Good game, guys. I'm going to get out off some fireworks.
All right. Tater out.
Tater fired one at me.
He did.
Old man.
I'm surprised you guys didn't get that right away.
Yeah.
Rocco Becht, the answer today.
Well, Bill got it.
He did. Tiebreaker for Bill. How many passing touchdowns did Sawyer Robertson have last year at Baylor?
19.
Over under.
I hit it on the nose. I'll say 21.
28 touchdowns and 8 picks for Sawyer Robertson last year. Good season.
That's why they're picked.
Phil Steele, 3-way tie for first.
Is Nebraska alone at 7th on his list?
Yeah, what's the tie?
Yeah, or was that also a tie thing?
I thought he had like a 4-way tie after the first place teams in the Big 12 also.
Yeah, so it's very interesting how that thing lays out. You look at it, like you said.
I got it. I'm getting there. Hold on. Here it is right here. So Big Ten, Phil's forecast. Penn State alone at 1, Ohio State alone at 2, Oregon alone at 3, Michigan alone at 4, Illinois alone at 5. No, tie. Oh, my God.
How many ties were there?
It's a 4-way tie for 5th. So technically Nebraska's 5th.
With who?
They're 5th or what? 9th?
Illinois,
right?
Indiana, USC, Nebraska, all at 5. Then he has Iowa at 9. So it's Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, and then 4-way tie for 5th. Wow. It's a 4-way tie for 5th, and it's Illinois, Indiana, USC, and Nebraska.
Okay. That's a tough that's yeah.
Iowa's then 9, Minnesota 10 with Washington. So there's 2 10s. So then it jumps to Wisconsin at 12. He does ties. Yeah, it's interesting. Rutgers 13, Michigan State 14, Bruins tie for 14.
Are you okay with the cop-out from Phil Steele?
Sparty and Bruins are both 14. Northwestern and Maryland are both 16.
It's kind of a make you feel good.
It is.
It's like all of a sudden, like,
so
hey,
are we 5th or are we 8th? I guess we're just locked in here.
Phil
kind of, yeah. He's my guy.
We got it, though.
We love
Good job.
Steele.
You got Rocco Beck. That's huge. Didn't have it. Wouldn't have got
back
it.
off.
1-1 in the week. Hour 3 is next in early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
An award-winning softball season deserves a celebration. Don't miss your chance to congratulate Jordy Ball in person. Join the team at Midwest Bank for a special meet and greet on July 16th at their Jamie Lane location as they recognize her incredible achievements. Bring your friends, your team spirit, and your favorite gear for Jordy to sign, and it all kicks off at 4 p.m. They can't wait to see you there. Get all the details at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms this morning. Otherwise, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and a high near 87. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, low around 66. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and a high near 91. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late.
It's time for Early Break, presented by Nebco. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I like Stone.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
And here comes a sandwich from God.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
Hey, somebody grab me a mocha quick, would you?
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 3 on a Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Third hour sponsored by our friends at Nebco. Now hiring at Ready Mixed Concrete. Apply today at nebcoinc.com. Speaking of Nebco and Ready Mixed Concrete,
They're in the house.
Corey, at the table at the very front by the mill, and I just got delivered $50 from Corey for a flag prize I got in late May in the golf tournament.
50. You got cash.
I got cash. And then we got $50 of course credit to Highlands as well from finishing third in the second flight of this tournament.
Now, you can report that to the taxes.
I'm going to have to report to taxes,
Yes,
yeah.
that'll have to be.
Oh,
yes, I think you should.
The winning.
yeah, you should.
I've never seen it. I was telling Sip that I've never seen a tournament, but this was an all-day scramble. Like they had tee times from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., so we didn't know the winner until the next day.
Huh.
You know, Bills plays some scrambles once a year, maybe twice a year. The scrambles at the same time. It's a shotgun start, and you eat dinner afterwards, and you get your rewards, and you move on. That doesn't happen at this scramble. It's literally all day, and the next day they tell you who won and who didn't win.
Huh.
I've never seen that ever before.
I still have Lawrence Swiggert's clubs.
Do you?
Yes, and if he needs them, he texts me.
I think he told me that
Yes, he
at
lets me know.
Ruhlman's the other night. He said,
Yes.
"Yeah, Bill still has my club."
Yes, I still have them. They're in my garage.
Oh, in your garage.
In my garage.
Don't
we
keep them in your truck.
Don't leave them sitting outside, just out in the front yard.
You can keep them in
Getting
your
rained
cab.
on, getting rusty out there.
Have his clubs. He has multiple sets though.
He's got 6.
Six sets of clubs.
6 sets of clubs.
He
Yes.
could rent them.
It's
to people.
incredible.
He probably should.
Well, I bet
Consider
he's got $40,000 in clubs.
Damn, is he a good golfer?
Really good. Scratch.
Schweiger?
No, he's not. He's a 2 handicap.
That's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, 2 handicap.
Yeah. What are you, Jake?
Is that
a personal
Well, right
question?
now I'm struggling, but I'm listed at 3.5.
Is that a personal question?
Kind of.
Not really. I think so.
I
When
don't
not
know.
when you play a lot. If you ask,
You ask guys,
I'm
what
having
are
a
you?
rough year. I was about a 2 last year. Now I'm a 3.5. Bumped up quite a bit.
Would you
'cause my game
ask
sucks
guys,
right now.
though, would you ask somebody, what's your handicap?
Not really.
Okay.
Unless you're playing league against them, yeah. Like if it's a
Okay.
competition and you're giving a bunch of strokes to them, sure. But if it's just straight up you're playing golf, no, not typically.
Etiquette is to not do that.
You shouldn't
Could,
hide for your
could someone
handicap.
track you right now like they
Yes.
did Hugh Freeze?
Yeah.
Can someone research you?
I
and
think
be
so.
like-
They should
that's how
look,
they
look up my
track
GIN
you. Yeah.
number. See, look at my name and
Yeah.
see my
GIN.
recent score.
Yeah.
GHIN, GIN.
That's how they got it.
That's how they got him.
Yeah.
So they could get Jake too. Same thing.
See my rounds. See how you can confirm I'm playing like crap. Look at the scores out there.
Or you could confirm that you're playing a lot, like Hugh Freeze.
Not play as much as you, I don't think.
Yeah, Hugh's better win. You better win now.
He's in a
He's
pickle.
got to win 7.
He's in a pickle.
You got to win 7.
What's his schedule look like?
Yeah, go to Auburn real quick.
Let's we check that schedule. That'd be well.
Auburn is look again. Reminder: Auburn is 86th in the recruiting rankings, behind Idaho and East Carolina.
It's a good Idaho
stop it
staff.
with that.
It's a
I'm
good
just saying that was the comment that was in the screenshot we saw, and Lane Kiffin's also
Get off
commenting on.
Get off of him on that.
Lane Kiffin's comment was hilarious.
There's some thoughts that Auburn could be respectable this year, though. Decent
There
team.
is.
There
Decent team.
I have heard through my friends in the business, watch out for Auburn. Exact words. Watch out for Auburn.
The schedule.
Yeah.
Auburn.
God dang,
Yeah.
guys. We're
Hey, by the way, who's the Auburn quarterback? Do we know that?
yeah.
Is that Jackson? No,
We know who it is.
Jackson Arnold.
that's
right?
him and Auburn.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jackson
Okay,
Arnold came from Oklahoma.
Okay.
Had nothing at Oklahoma. Now they have receivers at Auburn now. First game's a good one, a great one actually. It's on a Friday too, if it feels right. At Baylor, August
That's good
29th.
first. That's the opener.
That is a must see
great
game.
game.
That's
Yeah,
a must see
great
game.
But that's Friday night, you said?
In Waco. Yeah,
okay.
on Friday
Oh, wow.
night in Waco.
Can we do a live remote from Waco? I
That'd
know
be
the head
great.
coach. I can get hold of Veranda.
That's the first meeting of those teams since 1976.
I
Wow.
wonder if they're bringing the two teams back together.
I don't know.
76 with the Auburn team and the Baylor team to reunite at halftime.
How about that though? That opener. That's a
Yeah.
sneaky good
Huge.
That is a sneaky game.
Yes.
That's 100.
Okay, so that's Baylor. I'll give them a win.
But they could lose.
Yeah. This game's that's
Ooh.
at Baylor though, on the road.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, Baylor.
Baylor's
Ooh.
picked to win the Big 12 by Phil Steele.
God, that's a huge game for those programs. Okay, Ball State next.
Okay.
South Alabama.
Okay.
Okay, they're 2-1 for sure.
For sure. 2-1.
Okay, then there's a huge game at Oklahoma.
Wow. That's a wow game.
Right.
Okay. So
There's another huge
So
game.
they have two could lose.
Okay, then at 8
Could lose.
Wow. Week off. Then Georgia at home.
Could lose.
Could lose.
Missouri at home.
Could lose.
Definitely could lose that.
At Arkansas.
Could lose.
This
Kentucky.
is the SEC though.
They'll win.
At Vandy.
Could lose.
Yeah. Despite that.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
You love Diego Pavia.
No, I don't.
I know you do.
Mercer.
Not gonna lose that one.
Feel good about Mercer.
And then Alabama.
Could lose.
A lot of could losers. What 7 or 8 could lose
Yeah.
in there?
That's the SEC. They were 5-7 last year.
I mean,
Why are people high in Auburn, Bill?
I don't know. They just that's
got talent.
I think they feel that Jackson Arnold just had a lot of things around him that wasn't great.
Okay.
I mean, their receivers at times they're starting like their top 5 were all out.
Bad offensive line.
Yeah, and it wasn't great. So, like I said, that will not shock me if he plays very well. They thought that he was good enough, Jackson Arnold, to let Dylan Gabriel walk. They let him walk.
pretty
and
bold.
Dylan Gabriel went all the way to the Heisman finals. So it's pretty bold. Whether what would have all happened there, I don't know. But they felt good enough to not go crazy on an offer because it's like, no, we're okay. We got this guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see what he says here. What Phil says.
So
he's picked him. He's got him 10th, though.
Tied for 10th?
Yes, with
Yes.
South Carolina. It was South Carolina.
They're picked
Yeah.
10th. South Carolina.
South Carolina's picked 10th.
They're a trendy, like a
Yeah.
dark horse playoff team.
Yeah.
Playoff
Yeah.
team.
Well, I'm just telling you what.
Interesting.
Trendy playoff team. They're 10th in their league.
Yeah. They got Lenora Sellers, the
Yes.
good being built like that quarterback. Lenora Sellers,
And South Carolina has an incredible opening game. I think they play Vatech. And again, for both teams, incredible game. Incredible game.
This is what Phil says about Auburn. This is kind of what we just said. They do have a lot of experience. Well, number 42 on the experience depth chart, whatever that means. QB Jackson Arnold has a much better cast of wide receivers and O-line to work with than the injury-plagued groups he had last year. That's just what we said. I don't know. The SEC is really hard. If South Carolina's picked 10th in your league, you know it's good. It's just like
That's a good point.
It's just like the Big Ten. If Washington's picked 10th in your league, you know you're in a bear. I mean,
if we had South Carolina coming in here to Memorial Stadium, Tom Osborne Field, you'd be like, whoa. Well, where are they picked? They're picked 10th.
They won 9 games last year. They're picked 10th in the SEC.
I mean, right now, would they be favored to beat Nebraska and Lincoln?
Yes.
They might.
South Carolina? Yes.
I think they would be.
Yeah. It'd be. If not favored, it'd be like a pick 'em, right?
At the worst for them, yeah. They would not be underdogs to Nebraska here, I don't think.
Probably be a really good game, actually. Good game.
With that, Sanderson says, please stop telling me that the Big Ten is tougher than the SEC. I mean, yeah, we just went through Auburn's schedule. And there's 8
How do you
lose
do
games.
that? How do you assess that? I mean, they did just win 2 national titles. The Big
But
Ten.
you still kind of forget it. I'm sorry, I'm talking about Auburn real quick.
Yeah.
You go off.
Well, Sandy's saying,
Yeah.
which one?
You go off those. Like I said, he clearly picked 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Big Ten.
And we can disagree on
High.
Michigan too.
Michigan, I think you could push back
Yes.
on Michigan a little bit. True freshman quarterback again,
but not the top 3.
Let's push back. Top 3, don't push back,
No.
and that's kind of where it ends. That's kind of where it ends. They talk about Illinois.
I appreciate you saying that about Indiana.
They say Illinois could finish 5th, but their over under win total of Vegas is 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but on the other hand, the Big Ten, Sandy, was 5-1 against the SEC in the postseason.
Don't do that one.
Oh,
Don't
no.
do that one.
Oh,
No,
boy.
we're not doing that one.
Remember all the people that didn't play in the bowl games?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Illinois.
That's the one. That's the hill I'll die on. I'm not. When it's
What about Illinois beating South Carolina?
Those 2 teams.
That was a
played.
good game.
Those 2 teams played.
Yeah, they played.
So, but you have to go through all that. Okay, who played? It's like it's the same thing. It's like, well, Florida. Not Florida, but Florida lost that year. When they lost by what, like 50? When Dan Mullins second to last year because they lost them because no one played. So there's a lot of players that don't. play.
Keep in mind, I'm the SEC guy. I'm just for sake of argument.
That's why I don't jump.
I get
on
that. I get that from people though. Sipple 5-1. I mean, Sean kills me on this.
No, Sean, nope, not on that one. A lot of respect for Sean, but not on that one. Yeah, you have to differentiate each game.
He gets heated on this. I think the SEC's better, but I sort of get the push.
It's way more entertaining. Just take the bottom end teams, and you're going to say Kentucky's playing whoever. It's like, okay, that's pretty interesting. You're not very excited about the bottom end when you start talking about Purdue's and Northwestern.
You don't watch those games intentionally.
I mean, Phil has Missouri in the bottom end, and Arkansas. Arkansas belongs in the bottom end.
You don't want to go to Arkansas and play. Tough place. This year, Arkansas will struggle, and they'll have 2 big wins. They'll have a couple wins. You go, whoa, didn't see that one coming. And Arkansas is probably the most surprising
They still have
team.
that quarterback. Who's the quarterback at Arkansas? I love he's a dual threat guy.
Came from Boise. At times, he looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't have that
when
name.
he is on, he is incredible.
Yeah, so he has a chance. So that Arkansas is a team that is shocking that they didn't make a bigger run during the Wild Wild West, because if anyone has money, it's Arkansas. I don't know who has more money.
What's the quarterback
between Walmart,
Taylor Green,
and
Taylor Green? When he is on, he is really good.
They're gonna go through their schedule.
Taylor Green, by the way, 6'6", 230.
Yeah, he can run.
Okay.
He can run.
Alabama A&M.
Okay.
Arkansas State.
Okay, they're 2-0.
Yeah. At Ole Miss.
Could lose.
At Memphis.
I guess you could say could lose. I don't think they will. I think they'll win.
Why are they playing Notre Dame on September 27th?
How about
Notre Dame's going to Arkansas?
How about that game?
Well, they're going to Arkansas.
They're going to Arkansas. Arkansas wins that one. They beat Notre Dame. Upset.
Okay. At Tennessee.
Ooh, could lose. A bunch of could lose.
Texas A&M.
Could lose.
Has to be a run that could lose.
Auburn.
Could lose.
Mississippi State.
They'll win.
At LSU.
Could lose.
At Texas.
Oh, boy.
They play at Tennessee, at Mississippi, at LSU, and at Texas.
Oh, yikes.
And then right away you say, again, to go with that Sanderson. Yeah, when you start looking at those schedules, you go, oh, wow. And
Doesn't compare
think
to
about
the Big
this.
Ten.
They're only playing 8. They're just playing 8 conference games.
Right.
Imagine if they had the ninth one.
That's why they pushed back on the
ninth one slipped in there. Oh.
That's why they pushed back right
Yeah.
there. We're playing at Ole Miss, at Tennessee, at LSU, and at Texas. Is that good enough for you?
On a home game, we have Notre Dame coming in
Should
here.
we play
Yeah,
at
good.
Bama too
You
while
like
we're at
that?
it?
Who else is coming in?
Well, Missouri's the last game.
Missouri's last game. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bear. It's a wicked. Texas A&M's going in there. Auburn's going in there. I don't even know how you do it. If you're an AD, if you're the AD, you better have some grace for that head coach. What's his name?
Sam Pittman
Sam
in
Pittman.
Arkansas.
Yeah, he's probably needs to win 7 at least, right?
I would think so. They can't have a better head coach. He fits them. Like I said,
But what do you do if they finish with 6 wins?
it's hard. I would if I would have a lot of grace.
I would too.
I would have a lot of grace.
In this world, I hope ADs do. You can't treat it like it's 1998.
Yeah. The other thing that's been interesting storyline in the SEC has been Florida quarterback. There's been a lot of talk that he's not healthy. They talked about
DJ Lagway.
Lagway did not play this spring, opted no surgery, rehab and that. There's a lot of murmurs out there that he's not good to go.
Whispers.
And if he's not good
What's
to
the
go,
injury? You know what it is?
Shoulder.
Shoulder.
And I believe it's throwing.
Oh.
Do they got somebody?
Well, they won't play with 10. That's for sure.
Dude,
they'll get
to the
somebody in
Phil
there.
Steele.
Yeah,
Who's the backup at Florida?
Yeah, so I don't know, but and then again, just for fun, let's do their schedule one more time, just for fun.
Florida's schedule the last 2 years has just been just painful. Billy Napier's on the hot seat.
When
Like,
you see their
look at my schedule.
when you see their non-conference, you will absolutely lose it.
You're supposed to
Phil.
get a break in the non-con.
Who's
That's
their
not
backup?
the case.
Who's the backup QB?
Quarterbacks.
Is it bottom left down there? Is it depth chart down here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a kid named Harrison Bailey,
Okay.
6'4", 237 senior. Looked like he might have been. Yeah, I don't know. That's who it is. Harrison Bailey.
Okay.
So their schedule: Long Island, out of the game. USF.
South Florida, very tough win. Be a very tough win, but could win. Okay.
Okay, now it gets real.
These are great.
At LSU,
Could lose.
at Miami of Florida,
Could lose.
Texas.
Could lose. Ouch. That's 3 strong.
Imagine that in a row.
Wait, get it. What's that
give,
run
us, give
again?
us those 3 in a row. Remember where they're at.
At LSU, at Miami, Texas. No, but it gets easier after that. It's at Texas A&M.
Oh, great.
Okay, they get a little break. Mississippi State homecoming, then Georgia and Jacksonville, then at Kentucky, then at Ole Miss, then Tennessee, and then Florida State.
It's like
just
what a schedule!
Oh, they think and their quarterback's beat up. Oh man,
that'd be great. No stress involved there.
How about your non-conference? Can you imagine if that was going on at most places? Just imagine Nebraska non-conference. Who do you guys
At
have?
Miami,
at Miami,
Florida State,
South Florida,
yeah, South Florida,
and Long Island.
yeah. Wow.
Imagine 4 of those 3. That would be just remarkable football.
You just have to adjust as a fan base at a lot of places now to this new world because it's a way different world. I mean, if they win 6, good job.
I think the most interesting job there is right now is Kentucky.
Yeah,
It was so close for Stoops having the A&M job.
It's like he's unraveled now.
And then now, they've lost their top recruiter, GM, to a rival Louisville. So we went from an SEC school to an ACC school.
I think it's unraveling.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not. Kentucky.
So who's that? I mean, I don't know. There's a zillion names. I just wonder where Jimbo is right now.
Jimbo's fine. Leave Jimbo out of this.
One thing about it, he's available.
He's available.
Yes,
he's
Will
fine.
he go to Kentucky?
I don't know.
I wonder. He might. He'd start winning there immediately. I mean, there'd be
of course
11 wins right out of the gate.
He won big at A&M too, didn't he?
He didn't. He wasn't too bad, right?
For that contract, wasn't great.
Wasn't that bad.
When we come back, look at Big 12 Media Days next. An early break on the ticket.
Nice.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Presented by NIPCO on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Lights out? Let LES know where to go. Powerline matches your phone number to your service address so LES can respond to outages faster. Keep your information up to date at les.com/powerline.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time.
savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We've mentioned a friend of the show, Jay Kaiser and Kaiser Painting, many times. We know they do very, very good work. They also have Kaiser Blasting and Coatings with his son, Jace. J-A-S-E, Jace Kaiser. Abrasive blasting, powder coating, and painting.
Abrasive, Steve. That means it comes after it. I mean,
wait.
You don't ease into rust. I'm going to tell you right now, when you're fighting rust, there's no like, well, let's just kind of see what happens here. You better be abrasive. That's what Jace does. Yeah, mechanical engineer. So we were talking to people about what's going on. Imagine talking to somebody that's a mechanical engineer. I can, because that's like way over my head.
They're very smart.
Yes, very smart. What else they got going?
Kaiser
Jake?
Blasting and Painting. They can blast and powder coat anything metal. We're talking railings, fences, metal furniture, yard signs, vent covers, antiques, wheels, car frames, car parts, car bodies, and trailers. And they blast away years of corrosion, and they protect it with a durable coating.
So it's one of those things that how do we redo our car like that? You got to get a hold of Jace right away. He's the guy who handles this. And so you have all these different, like I said, when you go onto their, I use the word campus, and I think Jake would agree.
It's like a campus. I'd say campus.
It is a blasting campus. They have
Where's
a blasting campus. Right. We've been over this. Now let's do it one more time here. It's right behind the giant silos by Warm Cookie on the way to the state prison. Yes. Right there.
Yep.
Right by the car wash, right behind there.
Jet splash down there.
Yes.
Yes.
You
That
swing
area.
in there and they'll do again free consultation,
Yes.
and they'll walk you through the entire campus to see what Jace has going with this. It's incredible. It really is. It's a big deal.
They can do airplanes also. Ag equipment, airplanes, aluminum extrusions, hunting blinds, livestock fence.
Just about
anything.
Anything. And priced to win. Also, price to win. Jay's not in. He's about repeat business. It's not that. Kind of stuck it to him right there.
Nope.
They had to have it. No, that's not. It's not the opposite. It's not a
Will
Jace.
stick it to you,
Oh
too.
yeah, the Jace doesn't. It's not how they do it. It's not how Kaiser Painting got built. So that's how they do things.
Wow,
If you're curious about a quote, go call 402-421-3559 or go to Kaiser, spelled K-A-S-E-R, KaiserBlasting.com for a quote today. Big 12 Media Days begins today
This
in
is fun.
Frisco, Texas. Yes, we finally get some news in the football world, some quotes from some coaches and players. And I'm curious. So, there's obviously 2 days of Media Days. The teams that are speaking today are these teams. Conference champion, Arizona State, Baylor, BYU, Cincinnati, Kansas State, UCF, Iowa State, and Texas Tech. Which of those teams speaking today?
How many teams is that?
Is most intriguing? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 9 teams.
Okay, so they're doing just 2 days then. Okay,
just
2
today
days.
and tomorrow.
Okay.
God,
So the
9
teams again: Arizona State today, Baylor, BYU, Cincinnati, Kansas State, UCF, Iowa State, and Texas Tech. For Nebraska, again, you get to hear Scott Frost at the podium for UCF. Get to see him for the first time since he left Nebraska. And then Cincinnati, that's your opening opponent this year.
God dang.
I think you'd love to hear Cincinnati, because what I'd like to hear is if he talks about, if someone asks, tell us about your new additions. Tell us about the transfer portal players that you brought in. That would interest me, because I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are as far as like their level of talent. I know some names, I guess, but I'd like to be able to hear that.
There's a lot of interest there. The
Yeah.
BYU quarterback situation's of interest, right?
Because here's why it's really interesting. If you've noticed that he's not, where's he going? Maybe he's not.
Retzlaff.
Maybe he's not.
Yeah, we have no news in that recently.
Maybe he's just going to sit the 7-game suspension and come back and play in 5 games. Or maybe the suspension gets reduced. Maybe it's a 5-game suspension and he stays. So it's interesting.
Texas Tech is obviously
That's
this sort
intriguing.
of very intriguing program because of what it's doing.
Would you say the most intriguing program? I think they're just incredibly intriguing to see what happens.
You could make an argument. I mean, do they intrigue you more now than Colorado?
Oh, yes. Right now, 100% more than Colorado.
Colorado there's just no buzz. Shadeur's gone. Travis Hunter's gone. Prime's still there, but no one's talking about them with Shadeur and Hunter gone.
From what I know, I mean, every great staff it's head coach driven. I mean, when you work for like I said, all the Hall of Famers that I got a chance to work for, they were in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They were in the building.
Yeah.
That's hard. And this isn't about health.
What are you saying?
Well,
Dion's gone.
He's not been in the building, and so
since April.
And since April, and obviously it's a health situation, which is scary. So I'm not diminishing that at all. I'm just telling you, it's harder if Jake doesn't show up for 3 months here in the show, it'd be a problem. It'd be a big problem. And so and I say it's a problem. They're pros. It's hard. That's why you have a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the deal. The players want to see the head coach. They want to see him when they come in from their workouts. They want to see all those things. So with that going on, it is. I think that's very hard for them.
I want to see Frosty walk on there with a big chaw in his mouth.
I do too. I really do.
I'll be interested to hear what Frost says for sure.
Yeah, I think anyone would be interested in that. When does it give is that the order they speak? Do you know?
I think that is the order. Yeah, this is
So when does Frost speak?
Frost would be the third to last one. So it'd be UCF, Iowa State, and then Texas Tech will wrap up the day. I believe is how this goes.
Iowa State interests me too. I know it does you, Steve. Remember they went on that run.
Yeah, you were a big fan of the Cyclones last year.
You go into Casey's.
I couldn't go anywhere without people asking me about the Cyclones. It's the biggest story going.
I'm so pissed about that.
You were like 8-0, and you were so mad.
Oh, tell me more about Rocco Beck.
I can't walk 3 steps without somebody asking me about the biggest story in sports.
Why are you so opposed to Iowa State? It was a good story.
It was a great story. Why do you hate Iowa State so bad? It's former Big 8. It's Big 8.
Don't hate them. I just knew they were going to lose. They did.
How about that? We have right now. There's the Big 8, and back in the day, now Nebraska plays in a conference of 18 teams.
Yeah.
The Big 8 to 18 teams.
It's amazing.
It's just amazing, is what it is. It's just
snorted.
Yeah, you did. You snorted.
I heard the snort.
You did. You snorted. You laughed so hard.
It's an audible snort.
Yes. That freaked me out a little
Why
bit.
do we snort?
I don't know. I don't snort. You're the snorter.
You know, Jake does.
I snorted once last week. I did. I snorted on the air.
A lot of funny stuff came up last week.
Got excited.
It was a funny 8 teams, better times.
Wonder if Randy snorts me and lifts stuff over his head.
No doubt.
There's no doubt he does.
How could you not?
Randy snorted. He just lifted the Sybil's lawnmower over his head. And he
Put that down, Randy.
Put down my lawnmower. Oh,
Randy. Yeah. So this is in Frisco, Texas.
Yes. And
so we'll be getting cake.
We'll have
sound?
audio. Oh, we'll get sound. We'll get sound tomorrow.
Please get Frost sound.
I will do that. Now, Frost was criticized almost every year he was there for Nebraska. Just number one, didn't have an opening statement one year. I'll take your questions. Short statement one year. I mean, that stuff's all overrated in terms of how we.
In my opinion, it is.
Yes.
Now, there's people have strong opinions about that.
When it comes to when they go off of the podium and they get picked up by other pundits, I love those interviews with the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
The player interviews really don't interest me that much. It's like you listen to them. I don't get it. It doesn't say a lot.
No, they usually don't.
It's then some of them are okay. Some of them are, they don't interest me very much. The coaches interest me. I want to hear what the coach has to say.
Yeah, it was interesting last year. I mean, Deshaun Foster was fascinating.
Fascinating.
It's fascinating.
Then
we're in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he froze up, I think.
He did. He got a little nervous.
Then he has a fear of public speaking, which no one really knew at that time. But anyway, interesting stuff. But that interests me. Players, not so much.
Sometimes the players, sometimes somebody has something to say, but you're by and large, I think they're sort of coached to not say much. So we'll see what happens on that with Nebraska.
I like the 2-day maybe a little much for what is it? Probably I don't know. 2 days is a little bit short, maybe 3 days, but the 2-day doesn't bother me though. I like the SEC is a little bit hard. They go 4 days. So it's 4.
So
think about
it's
that.
A whole week.
It's four teams per day. Think about what that's like. 4 teams per day, and so that's a lot. There, when you guys are up from 8 to 10:30, you're up 10:30. I mean, it's like, ooh, that's a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to hearing some audio from Media Days today, kicking off in Frisco, Texas for the Big 12.
Yeah, definitely some Frost audio.
Yep. Is any comment on the opener?
That's
for,
the
Cincinnati?
other question too. Is Coach Prime, is he going to the?
He would be tomorrow if he is. So we'll see if he is going to be there or not.
The word is yes.
Yes.
That he'll be making his. We'll see though. We'll see.
But that's a shocking. If right now, because I always go back to Nebraska because this is where our fan base was listening to us is all Nebraska. If the head coach hadn't been around for 3 months,
It'd be concerning here.
The story would
be monstrous.
The story would be monstrous.
Yeah, it'd be
the
monstrous.
Conversation. If Kirby hadn't been at Georgia for the last 3 months, he'd been at his lake house.
Mm-hmm.
The story would be
Recovery.
monstrous. Yeah, so
From
it's
something.
like I said, and when you're away, it's harder. I mean, it's just
you better have somebody good running it.
Yeah,
somebody good.
Very difficult.
Before we get to break, Bill, I'm curious. This has been a very patriotic last week with the 4th of July.
Yes.
I have to assume, just making sure, the Halo custom lights. What would you have on the house?
Oh yeah, we had them going. We had red, white,
and blue.
Going. We had red, white, and blue going. There was a time we had a theme where they were just kind of. It was like they were rolling around the house.
The movement. They're moving.
We had movements.
Okay.
I saw a lot of red, white, and blue with some flashing going on. There was a movement. Chick-fil-A here on 48th Street did a great job with theirs. And so we were back to white last night, but we'll change them up a lot. But the patriotic part, and here's the thing, everyone's going to want them for Christmas.
You've never talked about movement.
Yeah, we do movement. Oh yeah,
they move.
Oh yeah, you can make them move, and they can flash, they can strobe, they can do everything.
You've never talked about that.
Yeah. And you can set you can strobe them, and every single light is a different color.
That would take some work, but you can.
It takes some work. Yeah, it takes some work, but it has those capabilities. That's why there's these certain people. So they'll be on a radio show 30 years from now, and someone's going to be talking about when I was a kid. There was a house, 2 houses down, and they had these lights, and they would be on, and they would change them every single night, and they would do it. And they would be like halo lights. You'll be famous. You'll be forever remembered. Think of some of the houses you remember from
Columbus.
There's a lot of them.
The pool inside, the George family.
The George family had an indoor pool.
Hey, but the halo lights, you guys will do that. Will you do you do that where there's blinking lights and movement?
Yeah, I don't do that. I like to keep it still most of the time.
We're more still, but yeah, I like
But it is fun to have the movement once in a while.
Hey, by the way, representation on the north side's getting pretty strong. I'm noticing halo lights on my side of town more and more.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of red, white, and blue this weekend.
So we have breakers there, you feel?
I wonder.
On the north side.
Hey, whatever happened to our idea about the flare guns?
That's in the fall.
That's in the fall. But
are we doing that?
Flare gun Friday.
Yeah,
Yes. Probably better get some clearance on from a couple of
let's
people.
talk to many people on that one.
We did get them sent to us, the prices and how to get
Yes,
them,
we
where you
did.
can locate them at. So if you guys are out today, 2 things I'd like to know. Did you purchase a flare gun yet? And if so, where? And then the next thing, if you're on the north side of O Street, you have halo lights. Let us know.
Halo Custom
Or
Lighting
listening on the north side.
Spillovers next, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Presented by Nebco on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
People always ask me, hey, Livy, what fuels you? Passion, competition, the pursuit of greatness? None of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cooked-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms this morning. Otherwise, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and a high near 87. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 66. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and a high near 91. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover, sponsored by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One Love. We had another crazy show today. Talked about Randy Diner lifting stuff over his head.
Randy.
Nonstop. Diner contracting, lifting barrels.
He will do an
mowers,
exhibition when he
shelves.
comes to your house for a consultation. He will do a strength exhibition of lifting stuff you have randomly set out in your driveway over his head.
Tires,
yes.
He lifts tires.
Yeah.
There's a lot he could lift.
All stuff.
Try it all out, Randy. See what happens. I was reading yesterday that some Heisman Trophy talk before the season. I don't know if we remember that 2019, Scott Frost's second year, Adrian Martinez had the third best odds preseason to be the Heisman winners behind, was it Tua? And I know that it was Trevor Lawrence for sure and somebody else.
He was third.
He had he was 6-1 odds preseason in 2019. Adrian Martinez was.
Take me back.
I think Dylan right now is 65-1 this year for Heisman, but Adrian was 6-1 odds to win the Heisman Trophy to begin the season in 2019.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that.
Well,
and then the opener was just not great against South Alabama. They won 28-14. It wasn't pretty.
Take me back. Then what?
Then they went to Colorado and
I got it right here.
They're up 17-0 at halftime. Looked great.
Paying off right now.
And then I saw you in the press box that game.
So you felt good about it, Jake, at 17-0 halftime?
I felt great at halftime in general.
Was it 17-0?
It was 17-0 at halftime, Nebraska at Colorado in
And then they
2019.
started the second half with an off, like they jumped.
All I know is that Colorado had a 96-yard flea flicker touchdown. Steven Montez went deep and beat the safety. 96-yard touchdown to really get things going. That sucked for Nebraska. But that was the first half. You had Maurice Washington have a great screen pass, long touchdown run down the sideline. Like it was a dream first half for what was a disappointing game one offensively for Nebraska against South Alabama, and then the bad offense came to light again in the second half.
What I remember is at halftime you thought, okay, here we go. It's the start. This is where the Frost era really gets.
You're
rolling.
right. That makes 100%. This is where it gets going.
You thought this is it. This is where it gets rolling, and they lost. And Adrian cursed in the post game, which is the first time he ever had done that. They had a lot of troubles in overtime. Bad snaps.
Snap issues that year.
Yeah, then it got weird. This just got weird.
At least football, at least it's kind of starting to get somewhat to upon us.
It is.
Which is
I would say it is
upon. Today's a big deal. With
Today's
in
starting,
Big 12.
which is kind of, this is a little, I don't usually the 16th. That's usually my date.
16th. I'm a little before that.
July 16th is when I kind of go, okay, now.
Okay, 8 days, Bill.
Can't you go before that now that the Big 12's rolling today?
I'll enjoy it. I'll like that. Like I said, I'll enjoy the interviews. I'll follow all that. You'll see what the storyline is. I'm very interested to see what's going on if there's any comments out of BYU and the quarterback.
Yeah,
that really is, because BYU is a really good team, and without him, I don't think they are.
Right.
I think that. I mean, you lose your quarterback. I mean, like I said, I'll go back.
Lose Dylan. See what the conversation's like. That's why I say to people that are critical of him, try and be without Dylan right now. See how that looks.
So it's
nothing against Gramstad, but you're talking about
it's a little different.
Yeah. Come on now. But yeah, let's see what they say about. Oh, there's a lot. There'll be a lot there that's interesting.
I mean, Notre Dame. I'm not Notre Dame. I can't even talk. Colorado is extremely interesting. Extremely. Just to physically see how Deion's doing, just to see what's going on. That's very intriguing to me, and the whole process. And the question is like that: will you go directly from here back to Boulder, or is he going back to Texas?
Good question.
And so. That's a lot.
And we don't know what the ailment is.
No, we don't know. And it, luckily, like I said, he's able to have a chance to recover. But like I said, it's scary stuff. When a coach misses his team for a couple months, and that's
not right.
This isn't like it just it's nothing big. I need a couple days. No, it's pretty serious. So the storylines today are really good.
Big 12 Media Days. We'll have some audio from this tomorrow during the show from Scott Frost, from other schools that speak, and look forward to hearing that. That's it for us, though. The Drive is next.
Jake.
We will see you guys tomorrow.
Gaina Trucking